Bart, so I don't know. I've been working on this for like 2 weeks because that's the last time that we did our podcast.
Okay.
I haven't came up with a good way to introduce yet. You know what I mean? Like everybody's got that good introduction, right? Like this is, you know what show you're about to watch or listen to. Right. I haven't came up with one yet. This is like our 8th one.
Yep.
I still haven't came up with. You got anything for me?
Not right offhand.
So what we're going to do is, like we always do, welcome to Mind Your Business Podcast. Alan, did you have anything?
I think we play the Scooby-Doo music maybe, and then kind of, and
I like it.
Out.
I like it.
Yeah.
So this is Mind Your Business Podcast. We are live from our studio. If you're watching this, you're not live right now. We are, though. So, but it's evening here. So whenever you're watching this, morning or afternoon or
Twilight.
I'm not
Of course, Twilight.
Of course, Twilight.
You knew it was coming.
Of course. A lot has happened since our last podcast. We've had the Super Bowl.
We have.
Were anybody surprised that they stuck to the script and let Taylor Swift win?
Oh, God.
Was anybody surprised with that? I know one person that was happy. That was my daughter. She was very happy that Taylor Swift won the Super Bowl. She was singing "You Belong to Me" all night.
So, Justin, you believe the political conspiracy theories there?
Yes. No, I think Patrick Mahomes was just a better quarterback that night. That's what I think. Brock Purdy did well. I mean, to be the last pick in the NFL draft and to play into, your first Super Bowl and like your second season full start.
Yep.
That's pretty big. So, congratulations to the Swifties out there and to the Kansas City Chiefs. Well done. Great ball game. I love the Super Bowl, by the way.
Well, I guess you did. You won $1,000.
I did win. Alan, did you know that?
No.
I won $1,000.
What was the line when you bet? How'd you win?
So no, we do here. We at our place of business. We'll keep it at that. We do what they have. You heard of the Super Bowl board?
The square game.
The square game.
No.
All right. So basically, what it is there are 100 squares on this board, and you just randomly pick numbers. You place your name in a square before the numbers are picked. And you go from 0 to 9. So whatever the score is determines who wins the money per quarter. So it's $500 per quarter. And
at $20
I won
a square.
At $20 a square. And I won 2 quarters. I won the second quarter and third quarter.
Yep.
1,000, buddy.
Did you spend it all in one place?
Yes.
When you're a kid, your parents always say, you get some money. Don't spend it all in one place.
Why did they say that? I mean, what's wrong with spending it in one place if you see something you really like?
That's a great question because it's your money.
My parents always told me that. You'd get $20 for your birthday. Don't spend it all in one place.
You can't take it with you.
No.
So technically, if we want to be technical about it, I actually only won 800 because I put 200 in it. But you know what they say: scared money don't make money.
That's true.
Nothing ventured.
So after the Super Bowl, you had Valentine's Day.
Did you spend your $800 on Valentine's Day?
That's where it all went. One place.
Yep.
Hey man, scared money don't make money, bro. It don't make
all in one place.
No, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, ladies, the most ridiculous thing out there, and all the fellas in this room tonight is going to agree. At least you should. The most ridiculous thing that you can buy on Valentine's Day is roses.
Roses.
But that's what everybody wants to buy is roses.
Well, flowers are some kind. I mean,
or any type of flower. Yeah.
They're dead in 4 days, or they're dead.
Yeah. And just in case you were wondering whose just random voice that was.
This is our guest tonight. We actually have several guests tonight.
Yeah. Several. We have 2.
2. Well,
this is Garrett Harris. So tonight we're gonna do a little something different. We're gonna this is like our 8th podcast, and we've had different people come in
from different businesses.
But the one thing that we haven't done yet, Bart, is talk about
Our sponsor's business.
The main sponsor of our podcast, Nelon-Cole Termite and Pest Control and Nelon-Cole Moisture and Water. So what we're going to do on the next several kind of podcasts is we're going to have different people that work at Nelon-Cole, bring them in, talk about what they do, learn more about who they are, and kind of the impact that they have on the community.
Right.
So I think it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
So that's Garrett. He's our first guest. We have another one coming in later on. So do you guys agree with the flower thing when Valentine's? I think it's the most ridiculous thing ever.
I've always bought flowers, but
oh, sorry.
that's my bad, man.
Do you buy real flowers or do you buy the fake roses?
You go to the store, you buy real flowers, or you get the bouquet or however you say it delivered.
Well, I think the ladies like it, but it's becoming almost unhip to do that now. You almost feel like bad for doing it now because, like you said, they don't last very long.
Yeah.
You're going to spend $100 at minimum, maybe even $200.
And here's the thing, Bart.
Yeah.
If you buy artificial ones, if you buy the artificial fake ones, they'll last forever.
Correct.
But if you buy, that'll mean nothing.
And
to
then
your
you can
woman
even
at home.
put them on their grave.
Wow.
She'll probably put them on yours.
I was about to say that.
That went dark really quick. You know what? You know what you could do? This is what you could do.
Happy Valentine's Day.
You're dead.
Silk roses.
This is what you could do, though. Honest to goodness, this is what you could do. I seen this the other day, and I was like, wow, that's a pretty cool idea. If you're into Legos, you can buy Legos that you can make into a bouquet of flowers. And then they're there. And it's like something that you and your partner can do together. You make it together, and then it's there forever. Unless you just have a kid, a toddler, a 5-year-old just takes it in there and smashes it. You know, Hulk smashed that stuff. You know what I mean?
Lego roses.
Lego roses.
Yeah.
You think you could really get away with that?
No.
I think so.
Exactly. I say no, too.
It depends on, I guess it depends on
Is
the
it
lady.
pre-made before you? Oh, you said you built it together.
You build it together. Like you can make it as a date. Like this is going to be our Valentine's date. We're going to order some McDonald's and we're going to put some Legos together.
I'm going home tonight with a bag of McDonald's and a box of Legos and saying, yeah, let's live it up.
I'm getting a 10-piece McNugget with honey
and a 30-piece Lego set.
No, dude, the one that I seen there was like 576 pieces.
God,
Wow.
that was $1,000.
That'd take you 3 hours to do.
It was only $60.
You know, the Lego company should contact the Eggo company.
Ooh.
And they could make Eggos out of Legos. And then you could really say, Lego my Eggo.
You could have Lego waffles.
That's true.
Yeah.
I love a good Eggo though.
Yeah, you can't go
Oh
wrong.
man, the home styled or blueberry ones. Oh my gosh.
Put any syrup on them?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
So I got made fun of the other night of how I eat my Eggo. Actually, I have to make sure there's syrup in every single little square, and then I don't use a fork. I fold it up like a taco.
Interesting. Seems kind of like a messy situation there.
It's the way you eat it though. You got to eat it the right way.
So you don't overfill each square. You just kind of
No, it's just like just the perfect.
But Bart, remember, we're talking about the man who hates light.
That's true. That's
true.
Light and lemon.
very.
Speaking of that, that's why we have our studio today is very dark.
I hate light.
It's very dark, and I'm loving it.
He's got scurvy and rickets.
Oh man. So getting into here in just a second, Garrett, we're going to get into talking more about what you do on the side of Nelon-Cole.
Okay.
More about you as a person.
Okay.
Bart's got some rapid fire questions he'll throw at you too.
No, man.
But have y'all noticed? I got a little more thing. One more thing to talk about. Have you ever been to a restaurant here recently, and you ask for something that's very popular on the actual menu, right? Like this is what they're known for, and you go there, and you're thinking, I'm going to get this. And then you ask, and then it's like, we don't have that.
You mean like Eggos?
No. So for example, the other night I went to KFC.
Okay.
All right. They literally told me they were out of chicken.
What?
What time did you go to KFC?
How
5 minutes before closing.
KFC
No.
run out of chicken?
No, that's my point. Chicken is in your name.
Yeah.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, and you're telling me you don't have chicken?
I once went to Pizza Hut and they told me that they were out of pizza crust.
Wow.
That's true.
Wow.
That was 20 years ago, but they probably got some in since then.
So another thing, and this is another reason why I brought this up. Anybody in here like Chili's?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Fajitas.
Okay, I think it's the most underrated franchise chain that there is. Chili's is bussin', as the young people say.
You find a good one. Some of them I've been.
You gotta find it. Yeah, you gotta find a good one.
You're not
You gotta
talking about
find
the one in Forest City, are you?
That's decent.
that one.
I like the one in Forest City.
Honestly,
am I going to be Forest
honest to goodness, honest to goodness,
Bart knows something I don't.
honest to goodness, I've not had a problem with the Forest City one until just on Monday evening. Okay, like just a few days ago. I was introduced a couple weeks ago to a dessert that they have there that's called the cookie skillet.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Alan, do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know that one, no.
Bro, do yourself a favor
Cookie skillet.
and go get one. And I'm telling you what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen, okay? You're going to take one bite of that, and you're going to drive to wherever your mom and your grandma is, and you're going to smack them both. That's how good it is. That's how good it is, okay?
I'm going to have to do some digging to smack my grandma.
Oh, my gosh. I'm sorry.
I was kind of thinking the same thing.
My bad.
Is it good enough to dig them up and slap them?
It's that good. It's good enough to dig them up and slap them.
What is it? Can you give us a description?
So it's a chocolate chip cookie that is literally baked on a skillet.
A cast iron skillet.
Cast iron skillet. It comes with a big scoop of ice cream right in the middle with like hot fudge syrup.
Now you're talking. You're talking.
And it's hot and warm when it comes out. The ice cream, it's like this perfect mixture of like ice cream and warm and gooey. And I mean, it is amazing. So anyway, go to Chili's Monday night. It got mentioned.
Why Monday night? Is that just a
no? It was
time?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, it was just like, what are we doing for dinner? What are we doing for dinner? We don't know. And Chili's got brought up, and I'm like, yes, cookie skillet time. Absolutely,
hey, take that deal.
Absolutely. So we go there, get done with the meal, and we have a kind of a bigger group, so I'm like, I'm getting 2 cookie skillets.
What?
Yes, I'm getting 2.
They're probably like $8 a piece.
One for me. Everybody else can fight for the other one. All right. So the waitress comes over and she's like, okay, do you need anything else? Blah, blah, blah. Anybody want some dessert? Like she offered the dessert.
She offered the cookie skillet.
And I said, yes, I would like to have 2 cookie skillets. Her next words crushed my soul.
We're out.
She said, we don't have those tonight.
Oh, man.
Oh, gosh. That's the only reason you went.
That's the only reason. I was like, yes. No cookie skillets. But I found that to be an issue since 2020, to be honest with you, right? Since COVID.
Right.
It's become more of a regular thing that you go to restaurants and they're out of this, they're out of that, they're out of this. And the other issue that I find, and this is where I'm going to tie it all in, all right, with a pretty little bow right now about what we're talking about. The other issue that I found is, how many times have you been to a restaurant or somewhere and you have all these open tables, but they're saying like it's a 45-minute wait?
Yeah, because they don't have enough staff.
They don't have enough staff because nobody's working right now.
Yep.
But what gets me is, how do we have so many people unemployed, but so many help wanted signs in places? You get what I mean?
I do.
Like, so, and that's, I don't understand that. I'm trying to figure that out, but it's happened since 2020, since COVID. And, you know, one of the things that we want to promote here on the podcast and what we're doing and what we haven't talked about is the sponsor. And what we're going to get into is, you want a place to work that's cool, laid back, driven,
hip. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
hip. You call it hip.
Yeah.
We'll talk about culture, right? That word gets thrown out a lot.
Culture. Yeah, that's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Because when we talk to people in interviews, I commonly get asked, what is your culture like? I mean, what do they mean by that? I mean, does that mean like on Thursdays we have opera, on Fridays we have poetry, Monday's fine dining day? I mean, what do they mean by that? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. So this is a podcast, honestly, what we do is obviously it's called Mind Your Business. This is a podcast. This particular podcast is going to shine Nelon-Cole in a different light for people to understand. Hey, if you're looking for a place that has good culture, and we'll get into what that means, has a good family atmosphere, has has people that are going to be there for you, and you're not just a number on their, checklist or payroll. You're actually somebody. Then you're going to want to listen to this podcast. And if you're looking for work, this is a podcast that you want to pay attention to because you could potentially have a career here.
It's good to know.
So we're going to get on into all of that. And our first guest is somebody who's been with us. Garrett, how long have you been with us?
I believe 12 years and going on 12 years now.
12
years. 12 years.
Hitting that milestone.
Yeah, you're getting up there, man.
That's gold watch territory.
Yeah. If he gets a gold watch, I better get one.
Yeah.
I've been here 16.
Wow.
Gold plate.
What is happening right now? But anyway, we will take a quick break. We'll be back more with Garrett. And a question that I want us to think about, because we do interviews all the time. Like Bart, you've done many interviews. Garrett, you've done some. I've done a lot. Alan, have you ever performed an interview? Like you're the one that conducted the interview?
I'm not really good at it. I did time in radio at Gardner Webb. But
I
thought you were going to say time in prison.
I did too for a second. I'm like,
I did all the prison interviews for the guards.
It kind of felt like that. My time there.
Yeah. At first I was like, where did he go
at Gardner Webb?
I'm like, oh God.
Where'd you do time? Gardner Webb.
So I want us to think about, and we'll ask our next guest too the same question, but I want us to think about either you conducted the interview or you were part of the interview, like you were the one being interviewed, like the most awkward or funniest or whatever, the most unique interview that you've ever done or had.
Right.
And I want us to think about that you've been a part of or that you were the one giving it. So we'll be right back on Mind Your Business podcast to talk more to Garrett Harris of the Termite Department. We'll be right back.
They're everywhere. Your yard, your kitchen, your bedroom. Invading your home and property, spreading disease, and destroying everything in their path. If you don't act, they'll multiply, crawling ever closer to you and your family. The only thing they fear is the web. Nelon-Cole Termite and Pest Control. Call today for their new service special and save $25. Bugs, beware of the web.
Welcome back to Mind Your Business podcast. We are here tonight talking about the actual sponsors of this podcast, Nelon-Cole Termite and Pest Control and Nelon-Cole Moisture and Water. And we wanted to bring in a couple guys that actually work here.
Correct.
And actually are in the trenches, in the field every single day, see it every single day. And actually the two guests that we have this evening are two of the ones that have been with us the longest.
Correct.
And the first one that we have here is Garrett Harris, man. What's up?
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Doing good.
Is your first podcast ever?
Yep.
How do you like the lights?
They're a little bright.
A little bright, right?
Yeah, center stage, but it's okay.
Yeah, you are dead center.
Yeah.
Blinding with science.
It's
I
okay.
love it. I love it.
Well, Garrett, tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, are you married? You got kids?
Yeah, I got two daughters and a son. He's from 12. My oldest daughter's 12. My youngest daughter will be 4 in August, and my son will be 1 in July. So,
Wow.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
I can tell that those, like, just the way you talked about and how your voice changed just in that moment, like, that's your world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
No doubt about it, right?
Always.
That's awesome. So here at the company at Nelon-Cole, what is your position? What do you do on a daily basis?
I'm a supervisor over the termite department on the pest control side.
Nice. So looking at your daily duties, I guess, what do you say that you're responsible for?
Well, I get a list of pretty much a packet of jobs a day, ranging from 3 to 4 to 5. It really all depends, and explain the job. And if I have to split up we got multiple crews, so if I have to divide and conquer, then we divide and conquer. If not, we just stay together and get it all done.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you're in a termite field, right?
Yep.
How prevalent are termites in our area?
They're a nuisance. They are a nuisance. They are a nuisance. They've kept me employed. I'll just say that.
Is it easier to deal with a house full of termites or a house full of bees?
I'd say I would say bees, but
And which one would you want in your own parents' house?
Probably bees.
There you go.
A house full of yellow jackets.
Yeah. Termites, they're tricky. If you don't do it right, you're going to see it.
Yeah, you will. I mean, termites, I think, are one of the things that is one of those unseen,
out of sight, out of mind, until you actually have damage.
Until you have damage.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, I went to a house just today, and the lady was like, "Yeah, my husband was moving a dryer, and he stepped back and just went through the floor."
Oh, wow.
Nice.
And I'm like,
nice.
Yeah, I said, well, what do you think that was? She said, I don't know. So I go underneath there. She's thinking it's like something like no big deal. All right, this house is
no big deal. It just fell through the floor.
Right. This house is literally tore up from the floor up. Okay, I mean, there's so much damage, and it's because of termites. And here's the crazy thing. And this is why we're going to get into it about how important the actual treatment process is, because this house had been treated for termites already.
Really?
Yes. And they still had them very active, still chewing away. And the one thing that people don't really understand, because she asked me this, and this is just for everybody out there watching, typically about 98% of the time, your home insurance is not going to cover termite damage.
Nope.
That's true.
So that's a big thing. So tell us about the process.
Well, the overall process of doing a job.
Yeah.
Well, if I showed up at your house, I'll walk you through stuff. I'll knock on your door, introduce myself, tell you who I am and everything. And if I have people with me, I'll explain who they are and everything, and kind of explain the process to them as far as what I need from them. Maybe if they have a garage attached to their house, I'll need to get in there. So I'll need to drill all the expansion cracks, all the door jams. And then underneath the house, we'll go under. And if, depending on where, in North Carolina and South Carolina, there's two different specifications on what you have to do and what is required when you do it. But in North Carolina, it's 4 to 10 feet infested area. Mm-hmm. So if you see on the graph from the salesman that they've marked where they are, then you can kind of gauge when you get under there where you need to treat, where you need to drill, where you need to properly treat for the termites that are active on the property. And then in South Carolina, you just have to drill absolutely everything. There's no corner you can cut. There's nothing that you just have to make sure everything's drilled. That way they cover them and you cover you. So
South Carolina is not taking any chances. Yep. No chances taken by South Carolina. And
then when you have to, like I said, you do that in a crawl space, and then you come out and you do a 4 to 6 inch trench around the foundation of the exterior of the home. And if you have like river rock or decorative rock or something of that nature, you'll have to rod it and put like a 4-way tip on the end of your gun. That way you can get and make sure it spreads it. And then the foaming agent and the chemicals product's going to spread it throughout as you apply it.
So you mean to tell me it's not just going out there and just spraying? Like there's a science to it.
Oh, you gotta put the product where the termites are going to cross it, or it ain't going to work.
But I think that's the biggest misconception when it comes to like termite and pest control, right? Everyone, like, how many times have you heard in your 30 years of being a part of this business, I thought my pest control covered termites?
Yeah, we hear it all the time.
Yep.
It's a common misconception.
Yeah, it's a completely different treatment that I don't think people quite understand what goes into it.
Yeah.
Like, for example, how many people are just going to go underneath their house and dig a trench?
No.
Nobody. Not on purpose, anyway.
Not on purpose.
All right, 2% of people.
And never mind the fact that you just talked about drilling, drilling the pillars, the piers underneath there, and all that, the hollow block, all that stuff that goes into a termite treatment. And I really don't think people quite get that concept, do they, Bart?
They don't. And the main thing about a termite treatment is, and all the steps are taken because you want to put a complete and continuous barrier around the inside and the outside of the home, so nowhere can termites come from the ground up to access any wooden members of the structure. And in order to make that barrier complete and continuous, when you run into places like concrete slabs, hollow block, hence the word hollow, is hollow inside. So termites can channel up into those areas and be unseen. So you have to drill those areas to inject the product to get it to the soil in those areas. Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize that, and they think, oh, you're just going to go out here and spray.
Yeah.
We can't do that by label. By label or state standard.
Right.
I mean, companies that's doing that's not going to be in business long.
No.
But that's the sole purpose of a termite treatment. And there are anywhere from 3 to who knows how many colonies in every acre of land. So everybody's got termites.
Yes.
It's just a matter of if and when they get into your home.
Right.
So it's going to happen. Garrett, how often do you think a home needs to be treated for termites?
I would, if you don't have a warranty, I'd honestly have it at least checked or inspected at least after 5-7 years. If you buy a house today, I'd at least, if you haven't had it inspected, I'd have it inspected. And if you haven't had it treated in 5 to 7 years, I'd recommend having a treatment.
So that goes into my next question. How long do the termites products last? I mean, when you go out and do a treatment and say somebody's, well, I don't want a warranty, I just want it treated. I mean, how long should they expect to get out of that life of the product?
Done properly, you should probably expect to get at least a solid 5 to 7 years out of it.
Because I see that a lot. Most people think, well, I don't have to worry about it. I had it treated years ago.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of changes been made in products. And the EPA, if anybody's bought any Roundup or any type of products that they've applied, they realize the EPA's gotten so strict, nothing lasts like it used to.
No.
It makes
Works, it's gone.
triple strength just to get it to work pretty much.
Yeah.
And we've faced the same thing in the pest control industry. Most of the products that lasted for years and years have been banned since the early 80s.
Yeah.
They're not out there. We
Right.
can't use them. I mean, if you use them today, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not possible. So some of those treatments that had the longevity, I mean, it's not been out there for years. So I think people still got that concept in their mind. They're good, and they're not.
Once treated, I'm okay. And
Yep.
and going back to what I was saying earlier about the lady, she thought that.
Yep.
First thing she came, she wasn't even thinking termites because it had been treated.
Yep.
And then here we are. She's looking like, a lot of damage underneath there. The other thing that you said, warranty. The one thing that Nelon-Cole offers is a lifetime warranty that's renewable and transferable to anybody who is part of that house. Yep. So the cool thing I think about Nelon-Cole, and what I think kind of differs Nelon-Cole from other pest control and termite companies, is once you get treatment done by Nelon-Cole professionals and you keep that warranty, we never say, hey, in 5-7 years you have to get a retreatment. We never say that. We stand behind our work.
100%.
We stand behind what we do, and there's a lot of companies out there that would say in 5-7 years, hey, I want to hit you back with another treatment, and if you don't get this treatment done in that time frame, then you're just gonna void your warranty.
Right.
Nelon-Cole doesn't do that.
No, I mean, there's certain circumstances, like, if somebody dug up their yard and removed all the treated soil, then we of course need to retreat.
Right.
But we don't void people's warranties just because they haven't paid that retreatment cost that a lot of companies push on them.
Justin, I got a question on that. As a basement owner, are basement homes more or less susceptible to termite damage?
So I wouldn't say more or less. I would say you would. I think they would be more susceptible to actual damage because they can come up to the hollow block and that kind of, really depending on what type of basement that you have.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, honestly.
Well, a lot of people think I've got a slab house, I don't have to worry about termites.
Yeah.
Well, that's not necessarily the case. I mean, all homes will and can get termites. The unfortunate part with basements and slabs, a lot of times you don't see them until the damage is so much worse.
That was going to be my point.
Yeah.
You're not going to see it until you have actual damage. And then it's not too late. But you're going to have more of a cost to get the fix done and done right because now you have damages to fix as well.
So the take is I really made a serious error in buying a basement home.
It's going to happen to most homes, and most homes get treated more than once. If you buy a house, you pretty much need to expect a termite treatment at some point.
Yeah. At some point, yeah, for sure. And honestly, what it'll do to the house value is up it a little bit. If you have a termite, it's like having an alarm system. It adds a little value to it. If you have a termite protection plan, it automatically adds value to the house. And any realtor will tell you that.
Realtor. Here's to you,
That's
Linda.
for you, Linda. Just for you.
Realtor.
Garrett, what's the worst termite infestation you've ever seen in this last 12 years that you've been doing this?
And how much damage and how much do you think it cost those people to fix that?
I went to an actual remodel we were doing that was probably over right at $30,000 worth of damages that I treated before they started doing the repairs. And I mean, I'm talking tubes hanging from the ground to the floor joist, and this is like a 2.5, 3 foot crawl space. I mean,
when you have floating tubes and they're touching the ground, bro, you got a problem.
Yeah, you definitely got a problem.
Hey, Bart, you've done a lot of inspections in your life.
Yep.
How many inspections have you done and you went actually into the crawl space and it's infested with termites and you can just take your hand and just...
The wood's just like
it's just like powder in your hands. It's like...
Yeah, it looks solid on the outside, and you touch it. It's just basically a toothpick. I mean, it's just a shell of what wood used to be.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's scary because then you get to thinking, is this house going to fall on me? Do I need to quit probing these floor joists before this whole thing comes crashing
might be the
down?
only thing holding it.
The bed's going to come crashing to the floor.
The people on top of you are like, please stop walking over me right now.
Don't take a bath, please.
Please stop.
Let me know when I'm under the refrigerator.
Yeah. One thing, Garrett, that a lot of people, though, when it comes to termite treatment, the actual treatment process, the number one question I think that we get, other than how much is it going to cost, is are the products safe? And what is the process? And how are you going to protect not only my home from termites, but how are you going to protect me, my kids, my pets, my grandmother, who I just smacked because I got my cookie skillet?
Yeah.
How are you going to protect all of these people from the product, invading our life, the exposure? Yeah.
Well, from what I understand and what I've read and been told and taught, the Termidor is one of the safest products on the market. It shouldn't harm you or hurt you unless you actually digest it. So what I tell people is don't just go out there and grab a handful of dirt and eat it.
So I can't put it on my cookie skillet.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest that. But I mean, there's always a right and wrong way to do everything. I mean, when you get out to people's houses, I mean, you see a water bowl sitting over here full of water, and you know that there possibly is a dog that might come out here later. You might take the precaution of just dumping the water bowl out, turn it over, and when you're walking around, make sure everything's good. Fill the water bowl back up.
Yeah.
Carry on about your business. Stuff like you don't even have to tell them that you did it. Just do it. Make sure that you know that that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing. You can't really have any exposure. The customer can't have any exposure to the product. That's one reason trenches are dug to apply the product in the trench. Yep. Then you cover the trench back up. And then when you drill the holes, you inject the product underneath the slabs. Then you plug those holes back up. So once you're done, there really shouldn't be any open exposure at all to the product.
Yeah.
And that's what the state and the label wants to see.
No fumes or anything of that nature.
But you were talking about the Termidor product. I want everybody to know, I mean, they do test products on laboratory animals. I mean, I'm sure everybody that's in America knows that takes place. But we use some of the safest products on the market. The Termidor product, which is our number one product, has been tested on puppies. Termidor brags about testing on puppies. Yeah. They tested on newborn pups, sprayed them down several times with the product, and all those pups lived. Not one of them died or had any adverse effects from the Termidor. Matter of fact, the active ingredient in the Termidor, fipronil, is also used as a flea product that they put on the back of animals to get rid of fleas. So that's how safe it is.
So there you go, Alan. You can spray your pet with Termidor. I'm just kidding.
No, it's not labeled for animal treatment. But the same active ingredient is used in a lot of flea treatment.
Anybody listening to my voice?
Can I spray it on the in-laws?
They should be pest-free.
You got anything stronger?
I mean, I think you're probably breaking label. And I just want to clarify, anybody listening to my voice, do not spray your dog with Termidor, please.
No, do not spray your dog with any pesticide. It's not labeled for that.
Garrett, one of the things about the job is a lot of times it's your crews, the moisture water crews, that really, I don't want to say don't get the notoriety, because we give you notoriety. I mean, we appreciate everything you do while you're here. But it's like it's the guys who are in the trenches, underneath the crawl space. It's like, okay, they're just here to do a job. How rewarding do you feel every day after, or every week, or when you complete a job? How rewarding is it for you to know, hey, you know what? I just took care of this person's house.
That's why I've been here 12 years. I mean, that's honestly why I do what I do. I take pride in making sure I take care of people and making sure that when I show up at somebody's house, I treat their house with the same respect I'd want them to treat it mine. And if I called Nelon-Cole out to my house, I'd want to have utmost trust that they would make sure that everything that they did would be there to protect me from anything that could cause a problem. If they're there to treat for termites, they're there to kill the termites. If they're there for water, they're there for water, moisture, whatever.
Yeah.
I want them to have utmost confidence in who's at their house and why they're there, and that's why I've been here and why I feel like I've stayed here, because I take pride in taking care of customers.
Yeah.
So.
How much product does it take to actually do an average termite job? I mean, a gallon, 2 gallons?
No, my truck's loaded down with a 100-gallon tank. Every morning it's filled up, and a couple stops throughout the day, and I'll be back at the office and filling up. I mean, I come back to the office pretty regularly to fill up. So
you're putting out hundreds of gallons?
Hundreds and thousands of gallons monthly, yearly.
Really?
Yes.
It's amazing that, again, one of the misconceptions is what Bart just said. I know he was making a joke about 1 or 2 gallons. Oh, you're just gonna use that little B&G, and we'll get into what B&G is when we get our next guest in. But it's like this little 1 gallon, and that's all you're doing. And a lot of people say, oh, you're just spraying sugar water for them, or whatever the case may be. But it's literally like hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of gallons that I couldn't even imagine if we sat down and really figured it up. How many gallons of termiticide, Termidor, Taurus, all these different products that we use, what it would come up in a year's time frame for Nelon-Cole?
Check the water bill.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't up toward 1 million gallons.
I would agree.
I mean, it really wouldn't.
It's crazy. And that's one of the misconceptions. Again, it's like, there's so much that goes into it to protect your home from termites. And the thing is, anybody listening right now, if you don't have termite protection, like, you need to really consider having termite protection.
Yeah.
Garrett, would you agree?
Oh, yeah. I
mean, the average home, at least 100 gallons, and that would be relatively on the lighter side of a treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, again, if you don't have termite, if you've never thought about that, or it's kind of like one of those things like Bart said, out of sight, out of mind, listen to this, understand what it really entails, really the biology of termites and where we live at. Like Bart said earlier, I mean, there's anywhere between 7 to 20 colonies per acre of land.
Yeah. And once termites find a food source, which is dead wood, they never stop. They never sleep. They never slumber. It's like a Chinese fire drill. Everybody going up, eat, turn back around, and feed. And it's a non-stop cycle.
Yeah, and you're right. They don't stop. And the thing is, what is your home? Nothing but
biggest investment.
Biggest investment, and for the termites,
and for your insurance not to even cover it.
It's crazy. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
but
crazy
they don't because it's such a liability.
Yeah.
You know how insurance companies are. Anything's liability, they're not going to cover it.
Yeah. So, Garrett, what safety measures do you and the crews take as far as when you're applying the termiticide, like when you're applying Termidor,
or when you're mixing it? I mean, you guys take.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Absolutely. Well, I have sunglasses. I normally have sunglasses every day, so I have eye protection, gloves, rubber gloves, and wear long sleeves, and normally wear a mask. But outside, I normally don't. I mean, I wear a mask when need be if I'm in an enclosed area where the product it's like I said, it's safe, so it don't have fumes or anything of that nature. But if I'm underneath the house, so you got to worry about the dust underneath the house and stuff like that. But if I'm outside, I normally just kind of wear long sleeves, gloves, make sure everything on my skin's covered, and have my eye protection on so it don't splash in my eyes. And I'm not just walking around. I'm not a mouth breather, so I don't have to worry about it breathing in my mouth. So we're good on that.
So you're protected from the vapors that may be in the air as well.
Yeah, we're good on that.
My man said I'm not a mouth breather. That's all. So you're not Michael Myers.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'll breathe out my nose.
Or Darth Vader.
Of course, I had to get a Michael Myers reference in there. Of course, right?
I mean, we've already gone a half an hour already.
Are termite treatments regulated? I mean, is there any policing factor that checks the quality of termite treatments and things of that nature?
There's a state inspector that shows up every single year and takes his pick and goes.
What do you mean take?
And he grabs his what jobs that we've done throughout the year and goes out and looks at them, takes soil samples and makes sure that depending on when it was, because obviously a trench ain't going to stay there forever because you have rain and everything like that. But, he's going to look underneath the house and see if there's trenches around pillars, see if there's drill marks where you marked where you drilled.
So it is regulated.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a good nugget of information for, again, home buyers and
make sure it's
homeowners.
done right. The state's coming out to look at it.
So we're not coming out here, like Nelon-Cole is not going to go out there and just fly by night their termite treatment. It literally gets regulated by the state, like Garrett just said. If somebody comes out, grabs job jackets at random, goes out to these houses, takes soil samples, make sure the product's done and done in the right way. The treatment's done in the right way.
Is it Roy Cooper?
I don't believe so.
That's the governor.
Yeah,
the governor himself shows up. I need to get up under the crawl space for a few minutes.
Can you imagine?
It's somebody important, Steve Troxler or whoever it is.
Can you imagine Roy Cooper getting underneath the crawl space? That's hilarious. So we kind of talked about home insurance and how that does not cover termite damage 98% of the time. Have you ever ran into a case where it covered, Bart?
I don't know of anyone in particular unless, termites are fueled by moisture as well. Unless they maybe had an active plumbing leak that went on for a long time, termites followed the moisture in, then maybe under that circumstance.
Yeah.
But
Can you get insurance coverage? Is it something?
No, it's not
they
even
will
an
not cover it.
option. No.
Wow.
No, insurance won't cover it, but the thing is, now there's some qualifiers for this, and as far as what can be what we consider here at Nelon-Cole what's called a platinum plan.
Yes.
Now there's, again, your house has to have these qualifiers to get that platinum plan, but it would cover up, if you were able to qualify for that, up to $25,000 worth of damage if termites come back out. So that is kind of like a home insurance plan that you could have, but again, there's some qualifiers there because we don't have all night. We could talk about termites and what conducive conditions
there's another plan, the Platinum Plus plan, that'll cover you up to $250,000.
Yeah, and you want to talk about heavy qualifiers for that.
Yep. But, you basically got termite insurance if you qualify for one of those plans.
Yeah, you do.
Yep.
So, are there alternatives to doing product treatments? What are some of them, and how are they effective? Is Termidor the only thing that you can do?
No. I've like I said, I've been doing it for so long. That's the only way I believe it works.
Yeah.
But they say that they have bait stations that you put a piece of what I've seen in them mulch, piece of wood in them.
Garrett.
Let's put this mulch in this bait station.
Like mothballs?
Termites.
Garrett, I want your honest opinion. What is your confidence level in the bait stations?
I don't think they work. I'm trying to get. I don't know. Is this a PG show or
You want to jinx it?
But like I said, I don't think they work at all.
We go PG-13.
Yeah,
You're allowed one cuss word per second.
I don't
One curse.
I don't think they're worth the shit.
There you go.
Well, the truth is there are alternative treatments to chemical applications for termites. One is a baiting system. They were designed in the early 90s. Dr. Sue from the University of Florida was paid an elaborate amount of money by Dow Elanco Chemical Company to develop a new, safer way that may work for termite protection. And at one time, all we had was repellent products.
Yeah.
And now we've got non-repellent products that termites can cross and actually take back down to the ground throughout the nest and actually eliminate your colonies.
Yeah.
Before, termite treatments were just repelling termites until the product broke down. Then you had to retreat. Mm-hmm. But now you've got all these advancements, and the baiting system was going to be one of them. Say you got a house that's 6 inches off the ground. Nobody's getting underneath that house to do any treatment. So the baiting system gave those type of people an alternative, but they worked to eliminate colonies in a lab, in a test environment. Controlled. But once they got them out in the real world, and there's tons of lawsuits on these baiting systems.
Yes.
If you just go to online and look at termite baiting system, you're going to see thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of pages of lawsuits.
That's a lot of thousands.
Yes, it is.
So you said Dr. Seuss, not
I
Dr.
thought that guy only
Seuss.
wrote children's books.
Not Seuss, Dr. Seuss. But after Nelon-Cole pulled his funding, he came clean and said baiting systems were only 30% effective in the real world.
Yeah.
And there was tons of reasons why they didn't work. If it's too hot, they didn't work. If it's too wet, they didn't work. If termites don't accept the bait, it doesn't work. If the technician has scents or pesticides on his hands, the termites won't accept the bait. Ants get into the bait, other insects. I mean, there's so many factors. And plus, like you said, you're placing them every 10 to 20 feet around the perimeter of the home.
Right.
I mean, you're just hoping to intercept a termite rather than actually give them any real protection. But it's big bucks, it's big money, and that's why a lot of these companies push it.
Yeah.
How effective is it? We don't do it. We don't like it, and we're not going to offer it unless you just have to have it.
Yeah. 30% effective is what you said.
Yeah.
And also, I think the reason a lot of companies push it because it's a little easier.
Oh, yeah, you can do a treatment with one man, a little tool, and you can pop them in the ground in an hour, pay me a couple grand, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
it's high profit
Don't
margin.
even have to get dirty.
It don't have to get dirty. There's no really work to it.
Now, there's also another alternative. You can use borates, which is a liquid that you can treat the wood itself for termites, and that's another option. But the termites, if the soil isn't treated, they can still make their way up to the wood.
Yeah.
And if the wood is not treated properly or doesn't absorb the product correctly, then the termites are still getting into the wood.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like we just don't have the time. I mean, we could have
we could be here all night
talking about different termite control and treatments and everything like that. So, Garrett, one thing that, again, what we're doing tonight, part of this podcast, and what we're going to do the next couple of weeks is kind of promoting Nelon-Cole. Okay. So you've been here 12 years.
Yep.
What would you say to someone who is looking for a job? Why would you say, hey, come work with this company?
I mean, since day one, I've kind of come in and, I started from the bottom. I mean, I had to earn everything I've got.
Started from the bottom.
How old were you when you started this company,
back then, I was just turning 18.
18 years old. So you're 30 years old now?
About to be 30 years old this year.
Wow.
That's crazy.
29 years old. So, like I said, we going into year 12, and ever since, like I said, I started,
so you really know your stuff by now, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
So you're pretty good at your job by now.
Yeah, I've seen just about everything you can probably see or experience and been through it. And
what would you say the culture of Nelon-Cole is?
First word that comes to my mind, family.
Yeah.
Family.
Yeah.
I like that.
If honestly, I can't count on my hands how many times I've needed something or needed help with something or just needed to get by for maybe a day or so. And Bart, Justin, Keith, anybody that I could ask that would help would be more than willing to help.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And that's why, like I said, there's a big... People don't just stay 12 years for no reason.
Yeah.
They don't. And even though I'm 29 years old, I've probably could have went many other places, but I've chosen to stay here.
Yeah.
And that's because of the environment I work in.
Yeah. That speaks volumes right there.
Not the crawl spaces I work in, but the environment in which I work in.
Yeah. That speaks volumes. So if you're out there looking for a job,
and you might get to meet Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss.
Termite, here's a who.
Did he use green eggs and ham as bait? Did he try that?
I don't know.
That would have been a good idea, actually.
Because awesome. Bart likes some ham.
I think he likes some ham.
He'll get some ham.
I'll get some ham.
He will. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back to finish up with Garrett. We got one more guest for you, so stay tuned. We're going to hit Garrett with some rapid fire questions next. Looking forward to that. I know he is. So we'll be right back on Mind Your Business podcast. Stay with us.
They're everywhere. Your yard, your kitchen, your bedroom. Invading your home and property, spreading disease, and destroying everything in their path. If you don't act, they'll multiply, crawling ever closer to you and your family. The only thing they fear is the web. Nelon-Cole Termite and Pest Control. Call today for their new service special and save $25. Bugs, beware of the web.
Welcome back to Mind Your Business podcast. We are sitting here with our first guest of the night, Mr. Garrett Harris. He's informed us. He's kind of motivated us. If you're looking for a job, hey, come work for this man, right?
Exactly.
I mean, he's talking about family. He's talking. I mean, I feel like
Talking about running power drills.
I feel like as much as he talked about family, I feel like I'm in the Fast and Furious movie right now with Vin Diesel right now.
Yeah.
It's all about family.
It's all about the family.
Those 1.5 hours I'm doing a termite treatment, I'm free.
With my family.
With my family. So we've come to the segment, what we like to call rapid fire. So Bart's going to ask you some rapid fire questions. You're going to give your responses, and me and Alan are just going to make fun of them.
We just laugh at you.
Yeah.
All right.
So here we go. Bart, take it away.
All right, Garrett. What type of food would you be more likely to take your family out for dinner? Mexican or Japanese?
Probably Mexican.
Really?
Yeah.
Incorrect.
What about if they cook in front of you?
Oh, there ain't too many of those. You got to travel too far. You can find a good Mexican joint pretty much.
Is there a Mexican
I
one
know
that cooks in front of you?
No, I'm talking about Japanese.
That would be really good.
That would
be neat.
That'd be a great idea.
Yeah,
I had Mexican.
I have
for
a lot of.
most
I know somebody who would definitely, no matter how good the cook is picking Mexican every single time.
How about
Over
that?
Japanese every single time.
What would be the better rock band?
Oh.
AC/DC or Def Leppard?
days. Going AC/DC.
Okay.
AC/DC.
Okay. Alan, what do you
Alan,
think
what's
about
your
that?
That's a hard argument either way. They've both made their way. They're both pretty
I've
legendary.
heard both, but AC/DC was more prominent. When I was
Hard to pick against the AC/DC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Better movie, Thelma and Louise or Steel Magnolias?
What?
I ain't never seen neither one of them.
I ain't never seen either
I ain't never seen neither
I
one of
bet your
them.
wife has.
I don't know. We the same age. I don't know.
Yeah, that's taking it
Oh
back.
my gosh.
Okay, better
League
card,
of their own.
better card game, Texas Hold'em or Gin Rummy?
Texas Hold'em.
Yes,
Texas Hold'em.
for
Why
sure.
not Uno?
Hey, it just wasn't on
Was
the
it?
poll.
It didn't make the. It didn't
What
make the
a
cut.
pitiful
It didn't make the
choice.
cut.
Which would you prefer as a pet? A free range tarantula or an electric eel you had to hand feed?
I
mean, you
think
gotta think about that. Free range tarantula? He's just like rolling around in your house.
Well,
like-
see, honestly, I come face to face with spiders every day, and I'm used to getting rid of spiders.
But
so
this is a tarantula.
yeah, I'm not.
This isn't like when you're sleeping can be crawling on your face.
That's not going to happen.
They're impervious to
That's not
pesticides.
going to happen. We'll last maybe 20 seconds together, and then
20
20 seconds together.
it'll be over.
Tarantula laughs at your phrase.
How
I'll
many
give
times
him-
have I heard that in my life?
So you're going with the free range electric eel that you have to hand feed?
I don't want that neither.
Wait a minute.
That's
You
the
gotta
other
only-
option.
You got to
bro.
pick one or the
So I got to hold it and then feed it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What is a free range electric eel?
Well, I
You just
meant free
swim
range
all over the
tarantula.
house.
With the aquarium, you know.
Eel, get out of that refrigerator. We do it in the bathtub. Eel.
Yeah, hold on. Everybody, calm down.
Walk into Bart's house, we get eel on the floor swimming by.
Don't listen, Alan. I'm about to describe something that just took place.
Oh, no.
And when you're doing your edit, please don't edit this out. But my man, our next guest, just straight got up in the middle of our conversation
He pulled a Dana White.
and just walked out the door, and the camera shot on Bart and everything.
Wow.
What a guy!
What a guy.
What a guy! I am about to rip him when he comes back in and actually be in.
He said, heck with this. I'm done. I'm not going on there.
I think he
edit.
thought there was a free range tarantula in here.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought there was a cookie skillet waiting for him.
Oh man.
We know every morning you get a drink out of the drink machine.
Oh, yeah.
Would you prefer Sundrop or Yahoo?
It's a sun
Not
drop.
Yahoo. I spelled it wrong.
It's a sun drop.
Finally, the
I
correct
can't-
answer.
I can't get them to get it cherry lemon sun drop, but
We're working on it, Garrett. We're working on it.
Okay, better date night, Netflix and chill at home, or mountain hiking trip?
Oh my gosh.
Bart, I work hard. I ain't trying to go hike.
Justin said you weren't about to go on a hike.
Wait a
I
minute.
work
Wait a
hard.
minute.
I ain't going hiking.
Are we accepting the innuendo there that what Netflix and chill? I mean, are you,
What do you mean, Alan?
I mean,
It's Netflix and chilling with some popcorn.
oh well, then I'd rather hike.
and to be honest,
I love it.
I hardly make it through movies anymore anyway. So.
Amen to that,
That's
brother.
true, bro.
Amen.
Would you rather talk on the phone or just send a text?
Depends.
Depends
On what the is it an issue that we need to talk about, or are we just chit chatting? Because if we're just chit chatting, then the text can handle it. But if there's an issue, call me. Don't text me.
I got you. Better superhero, Spider-Man or Wonder Woman?
All right, bro. This is big.
That's not even a.
You know who Spider-Man is.
Yeah. But Wonder Woman, I mean, she's got some stuff going for her,
The only
man.
thing she can do is make you tell the truth.
But she got them things where she can dodge bullets.
Yeah, she's got a lot of things that Spider-Man don't have going for
wait
her.
a second. The only thing that she has is Spider-Man.
Spider-Man don't have going for her.
Yeah, wait a second.
What does she
here.
got going for her?
She's-
Spider-Man don't have.
She's well equipped. She's a
Spider-Man-
well-equipped superhero.
Spider-Man doesn't have an invisible jet.
True.
That's true. I didn't think about the invisible
Yeah,
jet.
she does have the
Yeah.
invisible jet. So if
Yeah.
you're, underneath it, you
Doesn't
can
that
see
just
this
look
woman flying
weird?
by.
You can see a woman going
Listen.
by in the air.
Listen, Spider-Man has a lot to offer, okay?
He does.
I didn't say he did.
He's got a lot to offer.
Some have more than others.
I don't know. I was Spider-Man, but now I'm with the guest. I'm going Wonder Woman. Yeah.
I don't know. He's almost got a convincing argument. Better sport, ping pong or air hockey?
This is huge. This is big.
I like air hockey, but I mean, I never really played either one of them.
Okay.
So I mean, I'll play either one,
Wait. You never went to an arcade and just like
but air hockey, yes.
put my quarter in, let me get my air hockey on?
Yeah.
Why are you playing air hockey?
But
for a
I've
quarter?
also smashed my finger in air hockey as
Oh, yeah.
well.
Oh, yeah. You
So-
can do that.
It was someplace in Blacksburg that should explain it.
Gosh, air hockey for a quarter. It was like 50 cents everywhere you go.
There was other things happening in that place. It was very sketch.
Why do we park on driveways and drive on parkways?
I don't know. That's a
Why do you have
question
to-
for the masses. I don't know.
Why do you have to pay to use the freeway?
Yeah, toll road. Why we paying to drive the same road, same speed?
That's funny.
If you could choose your death, would you rather die
Wow.
in a fiery plane
What the
crash
heck?
or a sinking cruise ship by drowning?
Get it over with. Let's die in fire.
Yeah. Or maybe a house full of bees.
And I don't know. I mean, them people that went down and they imploded. I mean, that was pretty quick. So, just go down till you implode, or are you just gonna go down?
Wait, what was the question?
Am I gonna drown to death or burn to death?
No. It was a cruise ship going down.
a
there.
sinking
Slow.
cruise ship, drowning on a sinking cruise ship,
Oh, well, that's
or
not
a
gonna
fiery
explode.
plane crash.
That'd be
So
like
you
the
could
Titanic.
choose.
So
Fiery plane crash.
for me, I'm going plane crash. Could be-
I know I'm gonna die. That's
Plane clash.
Plane
yeah,
crash.
crash.
Listen.
Justin wants to die on a plane clash.
Okay.
We had a clash on a plane.
All right. See, here's the thing. I was doing so good with my pronunciation and stuff, and then all of a sudden, you're gonna hit me with that.
The plane clash.
Twilight.
Twilight.
Who would you rather have as a best friend, John Travolta or Danny DeVito?
Probably John Travolta.
You gonna do some dancing with him?
I wouldn't play a
Might not
dance.
with him, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, he just probably got experience. He could kind of relay to me, and I mean, like I said, I'm a young man. I'm willing to listen.
There you go.
There you go. There you go. It is.
But
What-
can you imagine anybody more fun at a party to bring than Danny DeVito?
Well, he would be a riot.
He would light
Well,
it
you
up.
said
Or
I
if you
did.
wanted to go to Jersey Mike's, you can get you a sub,
toss him
a
up.
ham sub.
Or if you just want to look tall.
Yeah, look like a tower.
Sign me up.
What junk food would you prefer your kids to eat? Gummy bears or chocolate chip cookies?
They're gummy. They eat both. So I mean,
Chocolate chip skillet
yeah,
cookie, boy.
I'll get a bag. I'll get a
Skillet.
pack of Chips Ahoy cookies, and 2 days they're gone.
Wow.
Gone.
Man.
That's crazy. Yeah.
You like black licorice?
No,
Who does?
That's a great answer.
I like
Garrett.
regular licorice, but I don't
That's
like
our
black
guest
licorice.
next week. The only person in Cleveland County who likes black licorice.
Yeah,
Licorice. Licorice is a tough word to say sometimes. You know, you gotta think about that one.
Say it.
Licorice.
Say it 5 times fast.
No.
that might get ugly.
It's gonna start sounding like something else, and we don't want that.
Okay, last question. Would you rather lie on a bed of nails have a cinder block busted with a sledgehammer on your stomach, or walk 30 feet barefooted on a hot, fiery charcoal?
These are the
Oh my gosh!
These are the most morbid rapid fire questions I've ever heard.
Did he Google this?
I guess I'm high stepping on them hot coals.
My man said he's hot stepping.
I ain't hot stepping.
Get those knees up.
I'm laying
Get
on the
those
nails.
knees up. That's awesome.
Gosh.
That is awesome.
That is it for rapid fire.
That's
Thanks,
awesome.
Garrett. Now our millions of viewers get to know you just a little bit better.
Yep.
Garrett, man, it has been a blast to have you on. Thank you for the info.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for being open.
Yeah.
And thank you for having some fun with us, man.
I appreciate
Yes, sir.
y'all having me.
All right, that's it for our termite side of it. We're going to bring in a guy that's been here almost as long as Garrett's been here. Next segment to talk about the pest control side of Nelon-Cole.
This should be good.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. So he's got a lot to follow up with when you're talking about Garrett. Big shoes to fill. And I got to rip him for something when we get back. This is Mind Your Business Podcast. We'll be right back with you.
Rip 'em.
Attention home buyers. Call Nelon-Cole Termite and Pest Control before purchasing your new home to avoid getting stuck with extensive damage, typically not covered by homeowners insurance. Nelon-Cole Termite and Pest Control will inspect your home for prior or present wood-destroying insects and moisture. Call Nelon-Cole Termite and Pest Control today to schedule your free estimate at 1-800-7-THE-WEB and receive $25 off any new service from Nelon-Cole Termite and Pest Control.
We are back on Mind Your Business Podcast. Man, that segment, Bart, with Garrett was awesome.
Yep.
Like, they had a lot of fun, a lot of good information there for anybody who's interested in buying a home or already a homeowner and don't have termite protection. Give us a call. Give Nelon-Cole a call. I mean, we can answer all your questions that you may have about coming out and doing a termite treatment and all that entails. But this next guest that we're going to bring in, he's been with us for, I say, 10 years maybe? We'll get that when he gets in here. Mr. Brad Willis. Willis, what's up, brother?
I've heard it's Billy the Exterminator. Are you Brad the Exterminator?
I could be.
All right.
Now, I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Willis. I have a bone to pick with you.
All right,
okay, listen, bro. This is my podcast, okay?
Oh.
So you don't need to be messing up stuff just because you think you got better drip than I do when it comes to my shoes.
Trust me, you have no work.
We got shoe wars here. Can we get a shot of that?
We can get out wild like that.
Yeah, let's
I don't know
see.
if
those.
Oh,
I want to
my
know.
goodness.
I want to know.
There we go. Turn it to the side. Yeah.
From the audience, put it on the poll, Alan. Who has a better shoe?
And don't forget the Asics guys. Let's get them in there somewhere. Yeah.
I got a pair of Pumas on.
Who has the better shoe? Who has the better shoe? Bart's probably going to win that one hands down.
I don't know about that.
But anyway,
The cheapest shoe, maybe.
So my issue, Brad, is in the middle of our segment with Garrett. You decide it's a great idea
Just to walk out.
to walk out and go get yourself a little snacky snack.
I finally found something
Well,
to eat.
okay,
Thank
I
God, I was about
listen.
to freaking pass out.
Well, listen, I'm glad you found something to eat. But Bart was in the middle of talking. Guess what? I'm looking at the cameras and I see, here comes old Brad with his little Ritz crackers.
It was on the two shot there, so you could see the door open. You could walk out behind.
Wow.
They just walked right out.
So when you go back and rewatch this, when
Let's
it's
edit
not
that.
getting
Let's
edited.
edit.
The camera
Because-
doesn't
No,
lie.
we don't edit. We don't have to.
We can't edit. It was in
We're
the middle of a
flawless with these
conversation.
And you know
podcast.
you're desperate if you're eating freaking Ritz crackers.
I mean, you're desperate, Brad.
Well, that's a good cracker.
Yep, and a Slim Jim has probably been there since the 80s. I killed it, so it's,
Did you snap into
I
it?
snapped it.
Snapped into a Slim Jim. Bart,
I apologize for that.
You're all
I
good,
had
man.
no
I'm just
idea.
giving you a hard time. Not
You know,
really.
I can't help but think that his voice sounds awfully familiar.
Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But I was thinking the same thing.
I can't quite place it.
Yeah.
Alan, stop getting ahead of the program.
Once again, I've ruined it.
Yeah.
Never.
You're about to get your camera taken again.
You're the man, Alan. I got you back. Bro.
Hey, Bart, Can we do something about this though? I mean, we record this at night. Can we get somebody in here to start catering some food?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, we could just show everybody a spread right here, and we could just be eating. And
a
bucket of chicken?
cheeseburger.
Yeah.
A bucket of chicken. If you're going to KFC, they might not have it.
If they had it.
If they have it.
If they had chicken.
A few cookie skillets from Chili's would be amazing.
We have some fantastic restaurants here in Bowling Springs.
We do.
I'm glad all this is going down after I'm done.
It's funny how they'll all start showing back up.
Alan, every podcast I've been on, there's a spread. In the green, I call it the green room.
And here we got you get a bottle of water.
We have
and some rich crackers.
We have
one of our sponsors here.
Generic
Members Mark.
We don't have a green room. We have a green light though.
Green light.
I mean,
That's true. That's true.
There you go.
That is true.
So you are in to talk about the pest control side of Nelon-Cole, and we had Garrett in talking about the termite side. You've been a technician with us. How long now?
November will be 11 years.
11 years.
Yep.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yep.
So we had Garrett 12, Brad 11.
That's a long time to be at one place.
It is.
Yes, it is.
What?
This day and time for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
We asked the same question to Garrett, and I want to go ahead and get your idea on it. When you hear the word culture as reference to Nelon-Cole, what is that to you?
Basically the same thing Garrett said, family. I've only probably had maybe 4 jobs in my whole life. Been blessed to work 4 different great companies, but just the atmosphere here, like Garrett said, anytime you need anything. And, my favorite day of every month is the meeting day, which some people hate the meetings, but I like it just because everybody's together. Mm-hmm. We usually go grab lunch, and that's some of the only times you see people throughout the month. I mean,
That's true. Yeah.
Some guys I never see, but family is the main thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So have you done any other jobs at Nelon-Cole other than pest control?
Say that again?
Have you done anything else at the company other than pest control, or has pest control technician been what you've done?
That's what I've done the whole time. Yep.
How rewarding is it on your end when it comes to the pest control side of it?
Very rewarding. I'm basically, you turn into a family member almost in a sense. So I'm there protecting their family, and I appreciate them, and they appreciate me, and just about it.
So a lot of these customers, you've seen them for years and years then.
I've seen a lot of customers for years, and there's some customers that I hadn't seen in probably 5 or 6 years, Alan. I just the trust has got me where I'm at today. They're leaving me a key, codes.
How about that?
So it's just but I've had to earn that. It didn't come overnight for sure.
That's something honestly, when you think about that, like your customers are literally leaving you keys and their codes to their house. Mm-hmm. It's literally like you're a cousin who's just coming in for every 3 months. Hey, say what's up, guys? Yep. And while I'm here, I'm going to protect your house from spiders.
And I'm going to play your PlayStation.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you just get whatever you want out of the fridge?
I have lots of customers who have fridges in the garage, get you a Gatorade on the way out. How
about that?
How about like if you're coming near like around lunchtime, are they cooking lunch for you?
Well, I've been offered a lot. I usually don't take it just because our life's busy, so I really don't have time to sit down and take lunch. But it's offered a lot. Yeah.
Have you ever been into a roach infested house and they ever offered you lunch?
A bologna sandwich?
No, but I've heard somebody who has. I won't get into that, but no, I would probably not take that meal.
Have you ever walked in on any satanic ceremonies?
No, they would not get my service. I've always been told sometimes you just got to say no.
You just got to say no. Mm-hmm. That is very true. Alan, I'm telling you right now, there's a story that I have that I'm not going to share on the podcast. I don't think we're ready for it.
Well, now we got to hear it.
We're not even close to ready for this.
No one is ready for this story. The podcast would be shut down.
Yeah.
I will tell you.
I gotta know.
You will know after the podcast, off camera, off mic. But anybody who's listening to this, who knows me for any amount of time, knows exactly what I'm talking about when I say bologna sandwich.
And they're going to be laughing.
They're laughing right now. They're laughing. Horse
We're
laughing.
leaving all the viewers in a lurch.
What?
We're leaving all the viewers in a lurch. You teased it, and now there's nothing. No resolution.
If you want to know,
Call Justin directly on his cell phone, and he'll
704.
explain.
His number is.
it is not
555.
555.
I love that Alan started with 704, and it's not even 704 area code.
You're 828.
Nope, I'm not.
Are you not
704
really?
555.
This old Gaffney boy.
Oh, my 864. Oh,
Okay,
my
all right,
God.
we're getting too personal.
Uh-oh.
We're getting too personal.
864, that narrows it down.
Yeah, you're right. they can probably guess it from there, Justin.
Yep.
What's funny is the story that I'm talking about actually happened in Gaffney.
Well, now nothing's going to surprise me since you said that.
Oh, it will.
That's the
It
cultural
will.
center of the South.
It will. So, okay, so talking about crazy stories, what is the craziest thing that you've seen in like the last 11 years of doing pest control when it comes to an infestation or, a cat in a hat?
I knew you were going there with that. A cat in a hat.
Because we know
That
Dr.
ate the rat in the house that Jack built.
Yes.
with the eel, the free range eel.
I mean, I don't know. I've been in some abandoned houses that had roach infestation where the walls look like they're moving. If you ever see that, then you've got a major problem. And you can smell as soon as you open the door. All of us know you can tell there's an infestation by a smell. But I don't know. I mean.
So we did a question a few podcasts ago about which one would you rather have?
I remember you said something about you walked in a restaurant once and you smelled that.
And the smell, and you just walk right back out because
Right.
Like I'm not eating here, or I'm going to have to be going to the bathroom before I even finish my meal.
Right.
But we did a podcast, a question a few podcasts ago that was which infestation would you rather have? You've done this for now almost 11 years. Which one would you rather have at your personal house? Roaches or bed bugs?
And we had this on a text a while back, if I'm not
We
mistaken.
did. We did this poll.
And I'm saying bed bugs.
Wow.
You'd rather have bed bugs?
have bed bugs.
Wow.
No. I would rather have roaches.
Oh, there we go. Okay, there
I'm
we go.
saying
Gotcha.
bed bugs is the worst. I would rather have roaches than bed bugs.
Somebody heard your answer before you said you'd rather have roaches. It's like, yes. And now she's like,
Yeah.
But the problem is when you run into an infestation like that, a lot of times you're dealing with both.
Oh,
that is true.
Yeah, I mean,
true.
unfortunately
Yep.
you are. And it's not, getting into that, but
Getting that, you don't want to talk about that?
no.
Bologna sandwich.
Would you say bed bugs and roaches are some of the most difficult pests to get rid of?
Very much so. Very much so. If you guarantee a customer you can get rid of them in one spray, then you're not telling them the truth.
Yeah.
We always recommend follow-ups, and I mean, sometimes if it's not too bad, you can get it in one knockout, but we always like to come back at least once for a follow-up to check everything. So
What are some of the common pests that you deal with other than roaches and bed bugs?
on my end, mostly, the ants, all kinds of ants. There's tons of species of ants. Bees, a lot of bees in the summertime. Spiders in the winters, mostly what you deal with spiders in the winter. So
There you go, Alan, your bees.
You got to have yellow jackets.
yeah, last year was the worst I've ever seen yellow jackets.
Yellow jackets were bad last year.
And even back in December-ish, you would be walking around doing people's service and you just see them swarming above the ground. It was very weird last year and I've seen bees today.
Yeah.
Yeah, just here and there. So
There's a couple of inspectors that called me today and actually seen swarmers today.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. So kind of crazy. I mean, it's crazy because if you look at the timetable, according to the research right now, the spring this year came about 20 days earlier than what it normally comes, as far as like the mindset of plants and that kind of thing, starting to bloom, that kind of thing. And we're going to still get a cold stretch, a cold snap, but I mean, next week, honestly, it's supposed to be in like 70s.
Yeah, it's because of Punxsutawney Phil.
That's true.
Damn beaver.
It's always the beavers that get you in trouble.
And, a lot of times they take a pounding,
They're always getting you in trouble. I tell you that. Nice.
But that's the problem. We don't have any. We hadn't had a hard winter in years.
Well, it's been like 280 something days since we've had any recording of any type of snow.
Yep.
God, I'd love some snow.
I know.
I would too, Alan.
Yeah.
That'd be wonderful.
So, Brad, what is some of the things that you take into consideration when you're going out to somebody's house? Like, is it just like I'm just showing up to do my job, or is it? I feel like since you've been here, people are giving you codes and grilled cheeses on the daily. that you take it more of a personal, like you take it personally.
No, for sure. The main thing you want to do is make sure 100% you have permission to be at that person's house. Don't just show up at somebody's house. People don't like that. So
But I got a code.
I'm talking about you need to contact them and let them know you're coming. You know?
So even if you got a code, you don't just show up.
No, I personally do not do that. And the technology today is simple as a text. Most people respond to a text a whole lot quicker than they're going to pick up your phone call. But when you get to the house, inside I'm always wearing shoe covers. I have tons of customers say you don't have to wear those things, but it's just a habit I've gotten into. You never know what's I'm not going to be responsible for anything tracking in their house. So that's the main thing I do is try to treat their house just like I would mine.
So when you're out doing a service, do you prefer to do the inside first or the outside?
I prefer to do the inside first.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of times I'll get to the door and the customer will ask me, do you mind doing the outside first? We're doing such and such, which is fine, but I prefer to do the
Netflix
outside.
and chill.
That's what's happening.
I'm giving us another 10 minutes.
I prefer to do the inside first.
Yeah. That one got Bart chuckled a little bit.
I was thinking, well, they're almost at the end of the movie,
We're almost
We need another 10 minutes.
We're at the climax. What training did you have to do to become a pest control technician?
I had an experienced technician riding. I rode around with him for probably about 2 or 3 months.
Who did you train with?
Steve Ledbetter.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was my trainer. And
Yeah.
but at the time he trained me the right way.
So you say you trained for about approximately 3 months?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's a long time.
That is a long time.
Yep.
Now, what does Nelon-Cole offer as far as training goes? Like if you're telling somebody, hey, come be a pest tech, and they're like, I don't know anything about bugs.
Yeah, basically you're going to ride around with an experienced technician, and they're going to just show you the in and outs of the daily job, go over chemicals with you, paperwork, how to treat customers, how to react to different situations you're going to run into. But at the end of the day, treating the customer is the best thing you can do.
Yeah. So when you first get here, one of the things that a lot of people again don't have any clue about, to be able to go into somebody's house or at somebody's house or commercial or anything and apply pesticide, is you got to go to an RT school is what it's called.
Yep.
How was that?
Not as bad as I thought.
Yeah.
I was nervous, but but they don't want to see you fail. They want everybody to succeed. So
Yeah. It's a lot of information.
It's a lot of information, especially I was scared, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I came from the turf grass industry, which I did for 15 years. I actually have a turf grass degree, but I just got burned on that. And, the first 3 months I worked there, after I got trained and went out on my own, I was like, what in the world have I done? But,
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I was scared. I was at that time, the routes were, it was smaller then. We've grown a lot, of course, over the years, but I made it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember those first 3 months. You're like, man, I don't know if this is for me.
Because I just didn't know nothing about it. And the main problem there is the confidence in yourself.
Right.
Like you're going around, you're spraying these chemicals, which I dealt with chemicals my whole life, but I'm like, does this really work? Yeah. Is this going to last 3 months? And after the first year, we tell people that all the time when you're training, if you can make it a year, it gets so much easier, just everything, your confidence. But, you have to have confidence in everything you do or you're not going to be successful.
That's true. And that's the one thing I know for a fact that we have ingrained in everyone who comes here to work. You're going to be frustrated. You're going to think it's not going to work out. You're going to think all these negative thoughts, but you have to give it a year. Like, this is one of those businesses, like, if you're not going to know, I mean, obviously, Bart, you've been doing this 30 plus years.
Yep.
I've been in the business now 16 years.
Yep.
You're learning every single day. Like, you're going to find something that you're going to learn more about, or like you never encountered before. And it's like, oh, wow, I still can learn. And they even get a decent amount of grasp on this kind of field of work. It takes a good year.
Yeah. When people first come into this industry, they don't realize it, but we are basically teaching them a trade, no different than plumber, carpenter, electrician.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of knowledge to be good at your trade.
Right.
And basically, we try to give them a lot of knowledge in a short amount of time. And people don't realize how much science is involved in this, how much math is involved in this, how much chemistry is involved in this. It's not just going out and spraying bugs.
Right.
And what we do in this situation, Brad's talking about pest control, basically, you are pretty much inside your own business. You've got your own business inside the bigger business.
Right.
But the thing is, Nelon-Cole gives you the truck to do it with, the products to do it with, the uniforms, the hats, the cell phones, everything. They provide you with everything to set you up in your own little business. And, people that don't want an hourly pay love it, because the more they do, the more they make. If you're a hustler, pest control's for you. I mean, you're going to love it. You're going to love the income you produce. But if you're not self-motivated, then you're not going to do well at that business.
The one thing too about that's kind of cool about this job is it always, for me, because I was a wrestler, it puts it on you.
Yep.
As the person, right? So how you perform, you can't blame anybody else but yourself.
Yep.
And I always thought that was cool about this kind of the way we have it formatted here at Nelon-Cole. Your pay is based on your performance and what you do and how you hustle and how you get out there and actually make your route easier. Like you talked about, people give you codes and keys that makes your route and your job so much easier, but that takes time.
Right.
And the cool thing too here at Nelon-Cole that Bart does is we don't have, when I went to RT school, I had to go all the way to Raleigh to take it. 4 hours, I had to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, drive, be there at 8 o'clock, sit for 8 hours, and then drive back. I was like, what is this? And it's an 8-hour class, but now Bart, you teach.
I don't know how you did it because you hate light.
I did.
He drove at night.
3 in the morning.
I think I drove night both. But because it was during the winter, so it got dark.
Probably stopped and got him some lemonade along the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
No.
Keep him awake.
Got my diet sun
vomited on the way back.
But Bart, now you teach the RT class, so all our guys who come in there new, they don't have to go anywhere. It's in house now here at Nelon-Cole, which is a big deal.
Yeah, I got accredited a couple years ago, and they just started doing this a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But now that we can do so much more stuff in-house, it makes it so much easier. And the pest control industry's always been known as protectors of humanity. Like Brad's talking about, protect their property, protect their home, protect their interests. I mean, people don't realize how much disease infestations can bring along with things and how unhealthy they can be. So we are protectors of humanity, protectors of family and home.
Brad, since you've been doing this, what is the most dangerous situation you've been in that what you would say as far as pest is concerned?
So I'm scared.
This is sketchy.
I don't know.
Black widows?
I don't guess I've ever had anything that just got me shook up. I think the good Lord looks after me because I do not like snakes. I hate them. I know people say, how are you a pest control guy? I don't like snakes. I hate them.
Well, we do have a guy that
we have a snake guy, so anytime the customer, but
we're going to bring him in later.
Yeah, it'll be good. Alex will be great, but I don't know. I've never had anything that just got me shook.
Because you're unshookable.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that, but I haven't ran into anything yet.
Have you had to deal, because we do wildlife too in pest control. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't, and this is why we're doing it. Like, a lot of people don't know what Nelon-Cole, what all areas that we do. Like, we'll repair your wood underneath the house.
Alex came and took 2 snakes out of my carport.
There you go.
Really?
Yeah, he sure did.
Wow.
So the craziest thing, talking about the craziest things, the craziest thing I experienced is one day when I was doing pest control as well, we got a call about a snake. The lady's like, the snake's in my house. It was right here in Bowling Springs. And she's like, it's in my house. Like, no doubt, it's in here. So I go out to this house, and we are looking everywhere for the snake, everywhere. And she's sitting on her couch, and the only place that we hadn't looked is underneath the couch.
Oh no!
I was like, well, the only other place, and she's like,
It's not going to be
I'm
good.
gonna freak out if it's underneath this couch. Sure enough, I lift the couch, and this 7-foot black snake just comes out, and she like she did not lie.
So it was free range.
Yeah, it was free range.
Electric black snake.
She freaked out. And if you know anything about black snakes, they are actually a good snake to have around.
Yeah.
They take care of mice. They take care of poisonous snakes. So you want that kind of around. If you're going to see a snake, I know Brad would be on this fence and saying any good snake is a dead snake. Black snakes are actually good to have, but she was not having that conversation. She's like, she wanted me, and I had to murder the snake right in front of her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
No.
it got intense.
Not a
Bite
black
his head
snake.
Wow.
Right there.
Just
You
bit his
Ozzy
head.
Osbourne didn't?
Ozzy Osbourne the crap out of that snake.
Was it good?
It tastes like snake.
Tastes like chicken. KFC's gonna start serving it when they run out of chicken.
That's what we'll have up here next week. We'll just cut open a black snake and feast on it.
That's the only place that you can get chicken around here, apparently.
I thought you were going to say it was on the ceiling fan. That would be bad too.
We turn it on.
Oh God.
Flip on your head.
A lasso.
That'd be crazy.
Terrible.
What is the most difficult pest situation you've been in?
The most difficult.
Yeah.
Say the hardest infestation you ever had to get rid of. And how many trips did you have to make?
Probably bed bugs. Probably 6 or 7 trips, maybe.
And you go,
terrible.
how often do you go? I mean, you say 6 or 7 trips. Did you go like every week, every month?
We
or-
try to go within the 30 days.
Okay.
Within 30 days.
So you went 7 or 8 months straight
Yeah,
to
but
get
this
rid of
was
these bed
a
bugs.
situation where they were in every bedroom. A lot of times we're dealing
Oh
with
my
that.
gosh.
A lot of times you're dealing with that. There's one bedroom, a couch here and there. If you catch them early enough, they're not spreading around. But yeah, in that situation, it was bad. So, and they had been there for years.
These had evidently really took hold.
Right.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, this is one of those, when you talk about bed bug infestations, like you typically think about hotels or kind of going out of the country and that kind of thing. And really people, when you hear the saying, don't let the bed bugs bite, like people just thought that was, oh, that's a little cute little saying, telling your little 5-year-old good night.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, bro. It is like a real deal.
Yes.
Okay. And not only do they get in the bed, but they, like you said, they get in couches, recliners. Like I've been in so many houses where you open up, like they have the little Velcro, padding on the the furniture, and you open that thing up and they're just crawling everywhere. And it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And you feel terrible because you want to try to do the best that you can to get rid of those insects and bed bugs as fast as you can.
Yep.
Because I mean, a lot of times when we go into these houses and there's little kids there, and you being a dad,
your heart goes out to
you
them.
just see that and you're like, oh man, what if that was? I like literally envision Lily, my daughter, Lily Grace, and I'm like, I gotta do something, and I gotta do something quick for these people.
Right.
Well, a lot of times I feel like we get calls because, it's almost like the Lord knows nobody else is going to take care of this problem. That's why he sent me.
Yeah.
Because I'm the only one that's probably going to care enough, spend enough time, and it's not about the money. It's about looking out for that kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a sad situation, but
Yeah. And
I think that happens a lot.
Yeah, I would say our company's good at doing that in situations where we know that there's a family out there that can't afford it, and all we got to do is go to either one of these guys or Keith and say, "Look, man, I've done this numerous times. Got a situation here. These people, they can only pay this much, and they're like, "Man, just do it, man." So it's another good thing about this company. We're here for the people, man.
I mean, it really is true. Like, we're going to do anything and everything to help and be the most fair, the most cost efficient. I think Nelon-Cole's prices are right there competitive with anybody around. And not only are they competitive as far as pricing goes, but the quality of work that you're going to receive from Nelon-Cole as a company, from every technician that I believe that we have here in Shelby. Not only in Shelby, I mean, we go as far as the Tennessee state line. I mean,
You don't have this kind of growth without that.
Yeah. I mean,
I had somebody say once, I looked you guys up on Better Business Bureau, and you were a A+ on everything except price, and you were a B+. Can you explain that? I said, well, it costs more to do it right.
yeah.
I mean, you get what you pay for. That's all I can tell you. I mean, you can't be good and cheap. It's just not possible.
No, not with the quality of product that we get.
Right.
The quality of service that you receive. It's not just it's not just what we call in the industry a baseboard jock, right? When we use our products on the outside of a home, typically, you talked about termiticide and how much we use. On the average home, just for pest control, it's literally anywhere between 7 to 12 gallons of product going around, hitting your eaves, your overhangs, knocking down spider webs. I mean, it's a quality service that most people really, again, are kind of absent-minded about it because it's just like, okay, I just want you to get rid of my spider.
Right.
You know, but there's a lot that goes into it.
I have reps tell me when we do our orders that we order more in a month than some of these companies do in 3 or 4 months.
What does that tell you?
That means we're putting it out.
We're putting it out, and the other companies are using sugar water.
Well, I wouldn't. They're just not using the product.
They're not using.
They're not giving
Like they say,
the complete service.
They say good, cheap, or fast. Pick two.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not going to get the other one.
Correct.
That's true. Bradley, would you say? And I just used your full name there. My bad.
It's cool.
That's cool.
It's my real name.
I know. But everybody
Your alias.
I know.
Don't call him by his real name,
Listen,
Justin.
I know. My bad.
The feds will come.
My bad. But everybody knows. I think a lot of your customers know you as Brad.
They do.
Right.
They do.
So, what do you think everyone needs pest control? Would you suggest that? Would you recommend that, or what are your thoughts on that?
I would recommend that. Before I started this, I never even knew nothing about the pest control industry, and but now that the stuff we're protecting, I mean, the main thing is fire ants for sure with kids and animals getting it because they're everywhere now, and just even if you're getting pest control just for that, it's worth every penny. So
What do you do?
Highly suggest it.
Say you come into a house and you're just going in to do a treatment, and there's toys on the floor, there's dog bowls, cat dishes out. I mean, what do you do in situations like that? I mean, how?
If the customer's there, I'll ask him, for me to do a thorough job in this room, do you mind just kind of pushing everything to the middle? Dog bowls, I'll always pull them back, flip them over like Garrett said earlier outside, fill them back up. If the weather's permitting to fill them back up, I'll do that. But if the customer's not there and there's stuff up against the wall, me personally, I don't touch any of their stuff.
Right.
So I don't move it, but I'm not gonna spray around it. I don't spray any chemicals around any kids' toys or anybody's belongings that are in my way. I'll just move around, go to the next 5 feet over and start.
Right.
So when you're talking to, like, for example, if you're talking to someone about, maybe they're interested in getting a job here or that kind of thing, when it comes to organization, how much emphasis would you tell them to put on being organized when it comes to this job?
At the very top.
The very top.
That's my number one, organization.
Why is that?
Without organization, you're going to fail just because it's just the main thing. I mean, knowing where everything is when you need it, making sure all your toolbox is organized, paperwork is organized, your scheduling. Without organization, you're not going to be successful.
How do you feel about all the paperwork that comes with pest control?
Me personally, I don't think it's that bad like people act like it is.
Right.
But I'm the best at the paperwork. I've been told that for 10 plus years.
That?
So Alan, I never get any complaints about paperwork.
How about
once a week we're having.
Well, they're having to start digitizing that. So there you go. Now, in the future, maybe you can just do it on a tablet or something.
Well,
there you go.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, we do hate
I've
the
tried that
paperwork, but anytime you're applying pesticides, the EPA is so strict.
Very
It all
important,
has to be documented.
Oh man,
It does.
And like the pest control part is nothing like what y'all guys do for your inspections. So I mean,
And that's one
but
thing.
it's the most important part of the job as well.
Yeah, that's one thing we didn't talk to Garrett about, but Justin and I, every time we do a termite treatment for somebody, there's 5 forms of paperwork to fill out for every termite treatment.
Every one of them.
It's not just one standard thing. It's 5 forms.
Every single time. And then if there's a waiver that you have to do, you have to put on there why you're waiving this particular part of the treatment. I mean, there's so much that goes into it that, again, people don't see behind the scenes. Like, they don't understand, like, this is just not just coming out and spraying your house. So if you ever kind of wonder about, well, why does it cost that to spray my house? I mean, there's so much more that goes into it that you don't see.
And they don't give you those pieces of paper. You have to pay for them.
Yes. Yes. How many times have you been like filling out a estimate and you mess up and you're like, oh, there goes $2?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot that definitely goes into it. Bradley, obviously you've been here going on 11 years. What's been the most rewarding part for you? I think you kind of already hit on it, but just for your customers who may be watching, the audience out there, what's the most rewarding part for you, just being a part of this company and being a pest control technician?
I guess as far as with my customers, just the friendships I've built over the years, the trust, and as far as the company, just the appreciation that showed here. Like, once 2 or 3 times a year, we'll have huge gatherings. We have a huge Christmas party. People don't know what goes into that, behind the scenes, the cost of all that, and just, I'm very appreciative of that. Some companies don't get any of that. And, and that, but to me, that's what keeps everybody together. That's just the way I feel.
What's some of the equipment you use on a daily basis to perform your job?
I use a B&G, which is, if y'all don't know what that is, it's the pump sprayer that is brought in your house. Rat bait that goes in your crawl space in a protective box where animals or kids or nothing can get into it but me. We use a high pressured hose on the outside. Sometimes in the winter months we'll use a granular. There's I would say we use 10 to 12 different things every day.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I mean, again, not just...
It's not just walking in and spraying. There's a lot more that goes into it.
There's so much more that goes into it.
Yeah.
If you were to give anybody some advice, like, I want you to look into the camera, like straight ahead to you, and somebody that's out there looking, there it is. Like, somebody out there that's they may be thinking about, like, pest control, this sounds kind of interesting, and maybe thinking about making it a career. What would you say to them?
Give it a shot.
Really?
Give it a shot. Yeah. It's like I said, just something different every day. Most jobs, people go and they do the same thing every day. And
inside 4 walls.
Inside 4 walls. We're outside every day. You're seeing 8 to 12 different customers a day. It's just, that's what I like about it. I like just getting to visit with people. And like I said, everybody, I've been doing some of these places for 10 plus years now. So they're like family to me. At the end of the day, they're my people.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome. So again, if you're looking for a job, we've had 2 different guys, 2 different dudes. I think Garrett's that dude and Bradley's that dude.
There's dudes.
They're
Definitely
definitely dudes. Come talk to us. Come talk to Bradley. See him out there, whatever the case may be. Come talk to us. I'm gonna let Bart ask you this last question, but it's pretty cool. The last question you have on the paper. That's something that I don't know if many of your customers, because you're pretty humbled. right? You don't talk about yourself. You kind of stay in the, you've been here the longest as far as the pest control technician is concerned, but you don't really brag about yourself, which, that's cool. You're modest. I get it. But this last thing, Bart, he got nominated for something.
He did, but there is a couple things I would like to ask you before we get to that.
I'm building it up.
Off script.
Sorry.
He's shaking it up.
But
Jesus.
one thing I get asked all the time, is there alternatives to applying chemical pesticide type programs? And are pesticides safe if you do apply them?
Yes, they're very safe. I always like to tell the customer, the main question you get is this safe for my kids? Is this safe for me? Is this safe for my animals? And people's animals, especially people who have animals who don't have kids, that's their babies.
Yep.
So, so basically I like to tell people, if you have a kennel, let's put them up for 20 minutes. Once the chemical dries, it's perfectly safe.
Even for a free range tarantula?
Or an electric eel?
No, if it's an insect and it crosses it, it's gonna be trouble.
Doesn't discriminate.
An electric eel is no insect.
That's true.
But for humans and animals, it's perfectly safe once it's dry. What was your other question?
Is there any alternatives to
Yes.
pest control besides applying products, or is there other things you can do to?
Are you going like the organic route?
I'm just asking you as a potential customer. If I said I really don't like chemical in my home, are there other alternatives?
Yeah, we can do baiting.
Okay.
You can bait for certain things, ants, roaches, any kind of stuff. You can put bait out. You can put bait in the crawl space.
Exclusion.
Exclusion. You can do exclusion where stuff can't get in your house. You can also recommend, an outside only. We'd like to do that too. If we're protecting the outside, they shouldn't have any issues on the inside.
I like that now.
And then they don't have to worry about, because a lot of people are they're scared of and like you said, I wasn't around back in the day, but I still go to people's house who talk about, was it chloridine?
Chloridine, yeah.
Chloridine.
Yeah.
From that stuff could.
It could last 40 or 50 years.
Yeah, and it could kill an
my
elephant.
God.
It could kill an elephant back in the day. So
it's not good.
So our products are a lot safer than they used to be. But just trying to make the customer feel comfortable, and you can only do that with knowledge.
I'm going to tell a little story about you, and every time I tell it, it kind of gets me choked up a little bit. So if you see a tear,
oh wow,
Yeah.
Let me zoom in.
wow,
it's not that bad.
we're getting emotional tonight.
I had one particular customer, and you'll know who she is. She only wanted me for years. And even after I didn't do pest control, I still had to do a handful of customers because they only wanted me. And I taught this lady into letting Brad do her service. And reluctantly, she allowed it. And a couple of years later, I went back out to visit her, and I said, how do you like Brad? She said, I love him. Matter of fact, he comes by and takes me to church.
How about that?
I said, really? She said, yes. Sometimes he'll take my vehicle and me and the family will go to church, and sometimes I'll jump in his vehicle. But he takes me to church. And Brad never told me that. Nobody ever knew, and nobody ever would have known if she hadn't told me.
No.
So I think I said that to say this. And this is one of the reasons you were nominated for this award. A couple years back, you were nominated for a National Pest Control Technician of the Year award. National. Tell us a little bit about that and how you finished in the standings.
I don't remember exactly where I finished in the standings. I've got a plaque to prove it, but yeah, Bart called me and basically, done this crazy interview, and he wouldn't tell me what it was for, and then come to find out, I go to the office and Bart has this framed picture, and I believe it was in a magazine, wasn't it?
Yep, PCT magazine.
So it was
Many viewers probably aren't going to read it because it's pest control technology.
Right.
You're not going to subscribe to it.
right.
Everybody's going to see
But it's who's who in pest control.
So
Yeah.
that was a pretty big honor.
I mean, Alan, we're talking about not just locally, all right? Not just best
national.
of Cleveland County. We're talking about nationally nominated for Technician of the Year.
And that's got to be.
Number 5 in the United States.
Do you know how many?
That is crazy.
How many nominees there were? I mean, we're talking hundreds or thousands.
Thousands and
How about
thousands. Tens of thousands.
and thousands and thousands and thousands.
Yeah.
And you know what he finished? Number 5.
Number five in the United States.
So
That's unreal.
we have the 5th best. I mean, that sounded. But when you talk about pest control, I mean,
Number 5 ranked pest control technician in the entire nation, baby.
in the nation.
He's ranked higher than Chapel Hill.
In the nation.
That's saying something.
And all I can get to eat is Ritz crackers.
yes.
I'm wondering, and I don't know the answer to this. How many was he the only one from this state in this area? I presume so.
No,
Is that
actually
right?
the 3rd or 4th guy was from Hendersonville.
Is that right?
Yes.
How about that?
So what you're saying is North Carolina knows how to do pest control.
North Carolina
Evidently.
knows.
At least from Hendersonville to Shelby.
We have the 5th. Yeah, right. And we have the 5th ranked guy in the nation, not just the state, the nation.
The nation.
In the
Yeah, I'm about to say. I said state.
I thought he was going to say snake.
Listen. You know what I
Fifth
love?
ranked guy in the snake.
Black.
Yeah. You know what I love? I love the fact that y'all just pounce on the opportunity.
Alan loves to jump on you.
That's great.
On the opportunity to correct me when I am speaking. I guess I do need to learn how to talk a little better if I'm going to be on the podcast.
Especially with the 5th ranked guy in the snake.
Especially. Especially. We're gonna take a you got anything else?
We're taking a break.
Yeah, we need to take a break. I need a break. I need to get
Snack break.
I need to get that could go so many ways.
It's not going that way.
Snake break. We'll be right back on Mind Your Business podcast. We got rapid questions for you, buddy, as well.
Let's do it.
Are you happy? You excited?
Excited.
All right, we'll be right back on Mind Your Business podcast.
Out. We're at an hour 45.
Perfect. That's about perfect. We'll wrap this up in about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
All right, I'm ready. Are y'all ready?
All right.
Hold on. Oh, wait. I'm ready. I'm just kidding.
Going to come back up on the wide shot.
I got to get a swig. Let me get a swig.
Yeah. And we're on.
Jesus. Okay, we ready?
All right. Oh, whoa.
Yeah, you did. You really.
I
brought
did
us,
not mean to do that.
You really brought us on.
All right.
As I was swigging.
So that's going to mess me up when I edit too because I'm going to bring it in at the wrong time. All right, 3.
Welcome back to Mind Your Business podcast, Alan. I mean, get your editing right over there,
I gotta
okay,
get
bro?
hit the
Like
wrong
you
button
can't
once.
bring me in when I'm swigging on my Diet Sun Drop. Okay, we're
Too many buttons here. Too many buttons.
we're professionals, okay?
Definitely professional.
And, until somebody walks out of in the shot to get Ritz crackers over
That's
here.
true.
I mean, my gosh.
At least it wasn't saltines.
I know, right? We come.
What's wrong with saltines? Wait a
If
minute.
you got soup, but
Bashing on saltines.
I mean, if you got saltine crackers, that's all you got.
I'm not dunking a Ritz down in my chili.
No, you've got super chili. It's good.
How many saltine crackers you think you could eat without taking a drink?
Ooh, that should be a good
I could eat a
challenge.
whole sleeve of them.
It's not near as many as you think. I bet you
I'm going at least 6.
it'd be tough.
No,
Really?
way more.
It is tough.
You think you could do way more?
think
A
you
whole sleeve.
No,
No drink.
No.
All right.
No.
Next
For
podcast,
next
y'all make it.
podcast, there we go.
A sleeve.
A whole sleeve. Now, I ain't gonna
Without drinking
No.
anything.
The whole, but I ain't gonna do it in like 1 minute.
No.
It can't last the whole 3 hours. You're here.
No. Half an hour, 20 minutes.
Contest.
So you heard it here, folks. Next podcast, the Saltine Challenge.
Yes.
Have no
Yes.
saliva.
Alan Chestnut.
That's right.
All of us is going to have a sleeve of saltine crackers, and we're going to do it all at the same time. So
No
nobody's talking.
Nathans. No Nathans, just Saltines. Yeah.
That'll be awful.
It'd be
It
worth
won't
it.
be near as many as you think. That's what it's going to be like. It's going to be terrible.
And apparently, how y'all make it sound like I talk, I mean, it's going to be just as good.
Y'all don't know how poor I am. All I live
Lemon
is sit at
juice
home
to
and
drink afterwards. That way, if you take a drink, it's lemon juice.
Oh my gosh, that's
I have no
terrible.
money to buy drinks, but by gosh, I got a free range eel running around my house.
Unbelievable. All right, we're gonna wrap this up with old Mr. Brad Willis with some rapid fire questions. Brad, here's the deal. And you probably heard it with Garrett, but here's the deal. You get to Bart's going to ask you the questions, you get to answer, and me and Alan get to make fun and critique all your answers.
I gotta ask something right here.
Wait,
Right.
wait.
Well, hold on.
I think I know where you're going. Let me get to the rapid fire. first.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah, we got to get to that.
What is the better soda, Cheerwine or Dr. Pepper?
Cheerwine.
Really?
Cheerwine.
Agree.
Interesting.
Hold on. I feel like Cheerwine. First of all, how do you say it? How do y'all
Cheerwine.
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 Okay, good. That's the correct way. Cheerwine. A lot of people say cherry wine.
I do hear that cherry wine.
Cherry wine. It's cherry wine.
They're not from around here.
Right. But I feel like that drink, I can't drink it. Like, I really got to just be in the mood.
Yeah, you got to be in the right mood for some
Because
cherry wine.
if you drink too much of it, I feel like it tastes like cherry cough syrup.
It's like a good movie theater drink.
Really?
It is a good movie theater
Really?
with
Yeah.
popcorn.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Really?
Salted buttered popcorn.
There you go.
Oh, man.
Alan.
I'm going to have to try that.
Yep.
Next.
Best fast food chicken, KFC, Bojangles, or Popeyes?
Well, you can't get none from KFC. Go ahead.
Bojangles all day.
Bojangles, really?
That number 10, that Cajun
Wait a minute. What was the question again? Best fried chicken?
Best fast food chicken.
fast food chicken.
Pay attention, Alan.
That number 10 is a good sandwich.
Oh, God. And
That's a delicious chicken
Now, I've got them
sandwich.
where they add bacon on it now.
Oh, wow.
Tell me you want to make it a club.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look, Bart, there's been many days where my man has came in around lunchtime or 2 o'clock, around that lunchtime time frame. Always has Bojangles.
Yep.
What
Always.
side do you get with it? Seasoned fries? Or?
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a barbecue dipper.
Yep.
Okay.
And they're right across the street.
They are.
I mean, they are, but still.
If you had a pet that was a shoulder pet,
Oh, here we go with the pets again.
would it be a parrot or a mini monkey?
Definitely a monkey.
Definitely monkey.
Monkey.
Yeah.
I'm going monkey too.
Yeah,
Alan?
sure.
Yes.
Yes.
For
monkey.
sure.
I want one of them howler monkeys. Yeah.
If you had to coach something, would you rather coach first grade kickball or Olympic water polo?
Oh, wow. Wow.
Of all the questions, this one stumps him.
This one got him.
He likes both.
This one frozen.
Probably Olympic water ball. What Olympic what?
Water polo.
Water polo. For
Water
sure.
ball.
For sure.
Olympic water ball.
Because I can't reach them in the water. to
He's
strangle them.
famished, okay? He's famished. All he's had was Ritz crackers.
I know.
He can't think straight.
Chili, get out of the water. Get out of there.
I don't want to have anything to do with first graders.
You're doing staying under for 6 seconds.
Oh, man.
Would you own an electric vehicle?
If somebody gave it to me,
Okay.
I wouldn't purchase one.
I still don't understand the concept of those. I mean, I get what you're trying to go for, but I mean, you get 300 miles to a battery. What happens if you get 300 miles and there's not a battery station?
You'd have to plan your trips very.
Yes.
I do
Carefully.
like the Tesla though, because that thing's got a huge TV screen.
Yeah.
there, man. But it seems like it'd be a big distraction for me anyway.
Did your mom ever kiss Santa under the mistletoe? Because you sound just like him.
So there's been a lot of speculation throughout the whole podcast. When you joined
Oh Lord!
I suspect collusion.
Oh, I did watch that episode, and he did tell y'all that Nick Saban was retiring.
Yeah,
do y'all
he did.
remember that?
He did.
Do y'all remember that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we gave Santa his props.
Okay.
On,
Yep,
on the
we
last
did.
podcast.
But no kissing Santa under the mistletoe.
So what you're saying is you have no relation to Santa Claus.
No.
But Santa also said he's not watching jack squat in January and February.
Me and Justin was just talking about that the other day.
That's true.
It's a free for all.
That's true.
Oh, man.
That's true.
And Lily knows it.
But he said he would watch sports.
He did say
He
that.
said he would just watch sports.
Yeah.
Bottom ticker.
Bottom ticker.
Better movie, The Shawshank Redemption or Forrest Gump?
Forrest Gump.
Wow, better movie.
All day.
You, really?
But I've never seen the other one all the way through.
You've never
Which
seen
one?
Shawshank Redemption?
Not all the way through.
Not all the way through?
No.
Wow, that's a classic. I almost can't not watch it every
You
time.
can't not watch if you're flipping channels.
Yes.
If you're channel server,
I
you
would
gotta
rather
stop.
watch Rudy or Hoosiers 17 times than watch that movie.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Rudy.
It's not a fan.
Oh my gosh. Get out of here,
Oh, it's
Rudy.
a great movie.
Rudy is it's such a lie.
Who's the wild man now? Oh, the best part's there.
But it's such a lie.
It's not a lie.
I feel like you
movie
have
is
to
a
be
lie.
a Notre
It's not a
Dame
lie.
fan.
And it starred
Look
a
it
hobbit
up. Look
of
it
all
up.
things.
Master Frodo. Can I play football for the Irish?
No, it's not a lie. It's not a lie.
Look up
We've
the
had one breakfast, yes, but what about second breakfast?
Wow. Okay. Look up the story of Rudy and tell me if the movie. Boy, I can't even get my. I can't even get my statement out.
Gandalf the White. Oh my God, Bart! You can't just go around calling people white.
Okay, I have lost complete control of the show. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what movie's been referenced right now. I have no
And
idea.
why is Genji?
I almost feel like we're interviewing Bart. You know?
I know.
Oh, man.
I don't know what happened.
Okay. Better WWE wrestler, Ric Flair or Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Well, here's my point on that. Stone Cold was cool and everybody liked him, but I'm an '80s guy, so Ric Flair.
Only one
Nature
legend.
boy,
Ric
nature
Flair,
boy.
Only one.
And it's like you know, David Martin, the guy who works.
Oh
with us,
my gosh.
we talk about this all the time. I don't care how many championships Tom Brady has, he ain't got as many as Ric Flair.
Wow.
You're right.
You do the math on that.
16-time world
16
champion.
time, and I'm having a hard time holding these Gators down.
Wow.
Well, this is a tidbit of knowledge, and you probably have, but we used to service Ric Flair's son's house.
Yeah, lived across the Charles Road Pantry. Is that correct?
Correctly,
So,
yes.
I've got a story about that too.
Wait a minute, is this David Flair?
Yes, it is.
Lived across from Charles Road
Yeah,
Pantry?
he married a Shelby girl.
Yeah, he did.
And
Way, I didn't know this.
I had a friend over at his house one day, and David's son and my friend's son played together. They're about the same age.
Now, David is the one that's deceased now, right? Didn't one of his sons die?
No,
He lives at the lake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, my buddy's friend asked David's son, says, "Why's he got an action figure of Pawpaw Rick?"
That is awesome. That's fantastic.
That's awesome.
But to make a long story short, this is where I'm going with this. My buddy went down to Charlotte one time with David and met Rick in person at the gym. He was in there, and he was at age. He was in his 60s for sure, but he was in the gym working out, benching 425 16
425.
times for 16-time world champion. He said that's how many reps I do for everyone.
That's right.
Oh my gosh.
So Rick was a beast.
Yep. And the person I was thinking across from Charles Road Pantry years ago was the Raging Bull.
Manny Fernandez.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's the one who lived across from the Charles Road because he was one of the first people in Shelby. I remember this as a kid.
David lived off of Peach Road.
He did. Oh, Peach Street.
And Manny Fernandez owned one of the gyms here in Shelby for a while.
Right.
I remember.
Right.
Yeah.
He was one of the first people who had the big satellite on top of his TV. I mean, on top of his roof for the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Manny Fernandez.
The worst thing about Ric Flair, though, is he's a Gamecocks fan.
Is he really?
Yes.
I never knew.
So
Absolutely.
So speaking of the guy that you mentioned, David Martin, this man will be in the office at 7 freaking o'clock in the morning
This is true.
doing the Ric Flair. Woo! I mean, it is the most annoying
What was that?
thing. I'm not doing it again
Oh.
because it's annoying.
But he loved
And he happens to be my dad.
he loved
And he gets on my everlasting nose with that crap.
He knows who the man is.
Ah,
Be the man. You got to beat the man.
beat the man, you gotta beat the man.
Better
Ride
singer.
Space Mountain.
Better singer. Luke Combs or Morgan Wallen?
They're both good, but I'm gonna go Wallen just because he's my kind.
He's more popular
He
right now.
is, and he's yeah, I like him.
Would you rather go skinny dipping with piranhas or walk through waist deep muddy water barefooted filled with snapping turtles?
Holy
It's getting crazy in here.
That is
What
terrible.
did you Google search for these?
These are just off the top of the head.
Can we go back to Wallen? Last night we let the liquor talk. Okay, which one?
I think I'm gonna go turtles.
Wow.
Over piranhas?
Getting bit by the old cooter.
Never want to get bit by the cooter. That is never a good thing.
Davenport.
I don't think there's a wrong or right answer.
Now, wait a minute.
I think they're both awful.
Would you rather get bit by Cooter Davenport?
I mean, wait, you did say always skinny dipping, right, with piranhas? Okay,
Correct,
yeah. Give me the cooter every day.
Next question. What's in your wallet?
Is that a banana in your pocket?
What?
Are we trying to get a new sponsor here? That sounds very familiar.
Gosh, what a question.
What's in your wallet?
Debt.
Yeah.
Amen. Lint.
Lint. A stain on my pants.
If you could cure one disease, what would it be?
Cancer all day.
Cancer.
And I have cancer. And I feel like if you got enough money, it can be cured. But it's just my opinion. I think there is a cure out there. We won't get into that.
Oh, we're getting some conspiracy theories right now?
No conspiracy.
Okay.
I just think
It's going to turn into.
if you got enough money, anything's possible.
That's
Who
true.
would you rather go on a date with, given the opportunity?
Wow.
Taylor Swift or Ice Spice?
What?
Oh, my God.
Wait a minute.
Was Ice Spice the one that was with her?
Yes.
Yes.
Who the
Yes.
heck is Ice Spice?
Both of them make me just want to hurl. Ugh.
So you were not a fan of her winning her first Super Bowl?
No, I was not. No.
Ain't that.
I'm going to say neither one. I'm going to say sit at home and watch Rudy.
Ice Spice was not one of the Spice Girls.
No,
No. Was she?
I don't think so.
Why is she called Ice
Never
Spice?
heard of
then?
that.
I don't know. I think she's just, maybe coattailing off of them.
When she gets older, will she become Old Spice?
I hate that smell. Do y'all use Old Spice?
Yes.
Will you really?
Spice Game Day.
I hate that.
Not the cologne, the deodorant.
Any of it.
What?
That blue deodorant, I cannot stand
No,
that
not the
smell.
stick, the antiperspirant. I can't stand the stick.
What? Okay. Wait a minute.
That's the worst deodorant ever. I'm an Axe guy all day, but that Old Spice makes me want to cringe.
Hold on. Everybody.
Wait a minute.
Calm down.
Don't tell
Everybody.
OJ to use an axe.
Okay. Wait.
Axe murderer.
Ask your mama.
Oh, Lord.
Hold on.
How did we get to Old Spice?
Now, hold on a second.
Oh, God.
Bradley, I am very disappointed.
Unbelievable.
Of course. And here's the thing, Alan. Of course you would be an Axe guy. Of course you would be.
None better.
Have you ever smelled the Old Spice Captain? Bro.
It's terrible. Justin.
No, it's not.
It is.
Bro, smell me right now. Tell me how
Oh
smell
my
bad.
gosh.
I've been Old Spice for.
Come here, sniff me, boy.
Trust me.
I've been Old Spice for 20 years now, probably.
I got
Game Day Playmaker.
Here's the thing.
Game Day Playmaker.
They have different varieties.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I can see that. Though.
Like you
I
gotta
can
get
see
it.
that.
You gotta give it a try again.
Maybe I should.
Here's the thing. I've been Old Spice for a lot of my life.
I was Brute 33.
I was 24 plus. Bart Avon.
Did you ever have any?
24 plus?
Did you ever have any of the high karate?
My dad did. Though.
Listen, listen. I got a better one for you. My dad used to wear.
Stetson.
Nope.
Car.
Listen. He used to wear. You probably. I don't even know if anybody's even heard of this. But no, it's Stetson. Jesus. He used to wear, and I got to be careful how I say this. It's called Tussie.
My mom used Tussie.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Tussie.
That's it. We got to wrap it up, folks.
I'm just saying that's what he wore. Anyway, going back to the Old Spice thing, I've been an Old Spice guy for a long life.
Until I died in the fireplace crash.
That stuff used to burn my underarms. I knew it wasn't good. It burned my
The
underarms.
blue will.
Yeah,
The blue will.
don't get the stick.
You gotta get the white.
You gotta get
You
the
gotta-
I can't even mash the buttons for who's talking. It's going off the rails.
I've never had anybody complain about how I smell. Matter of fact, I have given.
A girl asks you what you wearing. You say Gillette.
I say I'm wearing Captain because that's what I wear. 'Cause
Yep.
I'm the captain.
And I'm drinking Captain.
I'll give it a try. Long as it's not the
Unbelievable.
blue stick.
What a way to
How did
end
we
that.
even get on Old Spice? How did that
Alan took us
Alan.
there. He's talking about
Oh, yeah, 'cause I was talking about
That's right. That's right.
That had to be the high moment of
Wait a
the
minute.
entire series.
Wait a minute, Bart. Are we even done with the rapid fire yet?
No.
Oh,
we
wow.
still got two
okay.
questions.
Sweet.
What social media do you enjoy the most, TikTok or Facebook?
TikTok.
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 Oh,
I don't know what I was going with. Man.
I was waiting for something and it just got to fizzle out.
Listen. I was thought about
switch
like
to Justin.
I thought about like continuing to rhyme, and I was like, well, we can't go too far.
What? Okay. Have you ever had bugs for breakfast?
I have.
Tell us about that.
I forgot what I ate though. Can you remember?
I don't remember either. I was hoping you would remember.
I ate a freaking scorpion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a chocolate covered. I can't remember. We need to go back. and
There's
bring that.
video of
Was
that.
it a grasshopper?
Grasshopper, man. We need to repost those.
We do have
Yeah,
videos.
those are on our Facebook page,
Yeah.
everybody. And they are highly entertaining. Bugs for breakfast.
They're way back.
I need to
I
repost
need to
those.
repost those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need
Yeah,
to
those were
repost those.
great.
Yeah, those were fun.
Especially the one of Brandon Nealon. He almost puked
Yeah,
twice.
that
I mean,
was-
it was all he could do to hold it back.
it was
was
tough for me too.
That was-
We
I
even had the
remember that.
girls eating bugs. That
Yeah.
was great.
That was fun. Yep.
Yeah,
I
bugs
think,
for breakfast.
I think mine was a grasshopper.
Yeah,
I thought it was too.
Yep.
yeah. I ate a freaking scorpion.
That's all.
Wait a minute, I've got one.
That's all you got?
How many times have you heard what you're talking about, Willis?
A lot.
Good question. That goes way back.
A lot.
That's a
Way
great
back.
question. That's
I
a great
get that
question.
all the
Gary
time.
Coleman.
Yeah,
That's a great question.
I get that all the time.
Oh, we didn't do this with Garrett, but do you have any type of joke, like just off the top of your head? No jokes?
No jokes.
Wow.
None whatsoever.
Well, you're a joke yourself then.
I know.
Jesus.
Are we getting ready to get your dad jokes?
No, I don't have any tonight.
No.
Alan, you got any jokes tonight?
No, I got nothing. I come up blank.
I got nothing.
I reached down, but there was nothing there.
What was that singing movie where the girls sing? It was like a competition.
Pitch Perfect.
Pitch Perfect.
It's perfect. Yeah. The funniest part's when Clay Walker and the Green Bay Packers are in there.
Oh, yeah.
They're battling it out, and Clay comes up there and he goes blank. He's like, I got nothing.
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Oh, man. This has been a blast. Alan, have you had fun?
This is a good one.
Yeah.
This immediately rockets to the top.
I think so, too. I think this has been the most entertaining podcast.
It's been pretty good.
It's been informative. It's been funny. The one
Are you trying to convince them? This has been funny.
I'm telling you, folks, this one was funny.
listen. I'm trying to build it up because I do not do this enough. Please go like our our YouTube page. All right, like subscribe to it. Hit that like button. I'm like sounding like a hardcore YouTuber right now.
There's only 7 or 8 videos up there, but they're every one entertaining.
They really are. If you haven't checked it out yet, go check it out. If this is the first time that you've seen it, go share it because we want to get this out. Not just the funniness of it, and we want to get the community level of it. We want to get our businesses, our local businesses advertised out there.
Yeah, if you want to do a podcast and you own a business, hit us up.
Yeah.
We'll be glad to talk to you about it.
Absolutely. Hit us up. Brad, it's been a pleasure, man. Thank you for your information. Thank you for your dedication, one, to your customers and being a part of Nelon-Cole for going on 11 years in November.
11 years.
Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
He got that extra PTO this year.
He got that extra week now. He got that 3 weeks.
It's all work.
Paid time off.
Yep.
Yeah, he got those 3 weeks. That's awesome, man.
Appreciate the invite.
Yeah, no problem at all. Appreciate all you do for Nelon-Cole for sure, man.
Can't place his voice.
Also,
So familiar.
if you want
Yeah,
an
it is.
interesting career, Nelon-Cole,
Nelon-Cole.
keep it in mind.
I've been here 16 years.
Yep.
You can apply
Crazy.
online. You can apply in person.
Yes, you can.
We are hiring for all positions right now.
We are.
We're always hiring for all positions strictly because we're growing so fast. We got so much
Yeah.
new business. It's
Yeah.
just hard to keep up with it all.
It really is. All right, let's wrap this up. Brad, have you had a blast?
I had a great time.
Bart, blast.
Good
Absolutely.
Alan.
Good stuff. Again, yes.
Yeah. No, sorry. It's late.
Hopefully, we'll get that check from Old Spice too.
I can't
Promoting
wait
this
for that
podcast.
check. And anybody who wants to bring us food the next time for this podcast,
Yeah,
please,
yeah.
You will be heavily
Yeah.
promoted.
You
Yeah,
will. You will.
Exactly. Free promo.
No matter what time you're watching this, evening, morning, twilight, afternoon, in the middle of the night because you have nothing else better to do.
3 a.m. I got to get up at 3 a.m. and watch this podcast
Yes.
and drive to Raleigh.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having as much fun as we do each and every week that we bring this. Tune in next time for us. We will be back later on with more guys from Nelon-Cole.
Yeah, we're going to have moisture and water guys. They're going to have a lot of stories to tell.
I'll do a shout out to to David Ramsey, who always texts me after we've done one. When's it going to go up? When's it going to go up? He's like waiting to go up to watch it. He says he watches every minute.
Yeah, we'll have to get him on one too.
Yeah, you have to be on one.
Well,
sorry, David.
I love to rib David.
But yeah, so be informed, be in tune with us. We have a lot of information to bring you, and we hope you join us and have as much fun as we do. We will see you next time on Mind Your Business podcast. Have a good night.